one of the coordinators of this platform, and our brother, King Dr. Derek Clark, has really taken that video and put some we call it our non-verbal updates. So let's enjoy that. Over to you, Dr. Derek. Awesome. Wow. Thank you.
Your next stop is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Their futures. I know we're all missing it, but soon and very soon we'll be using back our O Connect. And as you can see, I just want to thank you all for your dedication since the rebranding of this platform to Dream Team. And we rebranded in January 2022. We have done over 400 webinars. Thank you all for your for your consistency and for your dedication for us to come together to believe Mr. Ash Mufareh's dream and also to educate ourselves. We've really gained a lot from ONPASSIVE. People don't see it. We've gained family, we've gained knowledge, and we're dreaming again. And today, we are going to be on fire. And I know our guest fire chat speaker today is going to put us on fire. But without wasting time, I know everybody's waiting for that point. I'm going to pass it over to the ladies that makes this run in the background. Over to you, team moderator.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are joining us here. I'm greeting you all from the state of Maryland in the United States of America. I will be referring to afternoon because it's afternoon in my neck of the woods. And I just want to welcome everyone wholeheartedly. Always look forward to this moment to be here with you guys. I want to use this opportunity to thank the welcoming team. Oh my God, we always feel at home. I mean, this is just home because when I miss our webinars, I feel like a part of me is missing. So I am proud to be here. Thank you, Dr. P, for your devotion, always being here, giving us this media to be able to come together as family and just enjoy one another. I also want to thank the chat monitors. I know we don't see you, but you are very active. Thank you very much. I will be moderating today with my co-moderator, Queen Sister Debbie. So I'll let her welcome you all too. Over to you, Queen Debbie.
Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to you and thank you, Sister Irene. I appreciate that. My name is Debbie, signing in today from the beautiful, sunny city of Chicago. How is that?
You're home.
Anyway, I appreciate everyone who has spoken and who will be
Debbie,
speaking.
do you just want to let yourself know that you're on a sorry, non-sunny island?
I know. I feel so good knowing that I'm home and I'm not somewhere else. So that's why I feel very special today. And it's a very special day for me, talking to everyone from home. I want to say we've wasted too much of everyone's time. I want to just move straight to the point and introduce our wonderful guest speaker of the word. We have, our speaker for the word today. We have a team, and today it's none other than our wonderful brother, DrJohn Ajongwen, who is going to open our minds as we prepare for the chat with our wonderful brother. So over to you, Dr. John. We know who you are, the team knows you, and our viewers know who you are, so there's no need going through the accolades of reading your background. So over to you, Dr. John. Thank you and God bless.
Wow. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you, Queen Debbie, for giving me the opportunity to share a couple of things with all our guests and our regular members today, as well as those who will probably be listening to this later on. It's an honor to be with you this Sunday afternoon. I am coming in from the beautiful sunny city of Hillsborough in New Jersey in the United States. I guess we all have to say sunny. But it's a bright day, it's a good day, and we have to thank God for being able to be on this platform today. So when I was sort of charged to come up and sort of share some mindset word, I started thinking about what to say. And then I remember talking to one of our leaders in ONPASSIVE who made a statement that they believe ONPASSIVE and have a faith that it will uplift humanity. So when I sort of reflected on that statement, I just said, why not just say that you believe ONPASSIVE will uplift humanity? What was the significance of adding that second part, which says that you actually have a faith? And so I thought maybe let's spend some time and look at these two words and see whether they actually convey the same message, the same sense, and what makes one different from the other. So obviously, to start off with, I went to the dictionary and tried to look at what faith means and what belief means. So when we start with the word faith, it's actually defined as complete trust or confidence in something or somebody or someone, while belief is defined as an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. So while both of these definitions are similar, they sounded different. And when I try to look at it a bit more, I realized that faith really has is much larger than a debate than belief. And as I went looking for, I found that it's also a topic that has been vehemently debated as to whether the two are the same or not. So while faith and belief are tightly woven together, they are not the same. In fact, they're not synonymous. Yet, they're actually independent of one another. As I said, faith is much larger, and belief requires a person to believe in something. However, when I look at it, having faith really takes you to that next level where you're probably stirred into acting on that belief. And then one thing that we realize is that when it comes to our beliefs can change and waver over time. But when we have faith in something, that faith stands firm despite the waves of life. Even if you look at it from a religious point of view, our faith challenges us to actually ask ourselves, do I stop just at the belief or do I go all the way to the faith? And I started thinking about it that some of the stuff we've heard our CEO said over the years, it's not that he just believes ONPASSIVE is there to change humanity. He doesn't just believe that ONPASSIVE will do what he has said. He has so much faith in it that he is happy to declare that either I do it or I die. And that takes more than just having a belief, because I can believe it's going to be a great thing today. And if I look around tomorrow and there's something else that may be, that may feel nicer to me, I can literally move on. So faith really takes belief to another level because it actually pushes us to incorporate action. Belief stops really at the beginning, and then we need to extend it to get into that full-hearted commitment, to get it into that faith area. When we look at where we are, as I said, do we believe or do we just have faith in what our CEO and the team are doing and the promise that they have to actually deliver for us what he has said over and over? Obviously, nobody mindlessly places faith in something unless they truly believe in it. And this is where belief and faith comes together, because belief does have to come alongside with faith. But then, from a mental point of view, how do we actually build our belief system and transform our belief into action or faith? That's just short point of the mindset that I just wanted to share with us today. And it really, one very key aspect of it is for us to understand and believe in the power of a positive mindset. If we actually focus on having that positive mindset, then it will build our belief in whatever it is that we want to do. And at a certain level, that belief moves into actually us having faith in it. So building our mindset through positive thinking. We know there is substantial evidence out there that a positive mindset enhances performance in various fields. You may have when you look at the field of athletics, especially you see those athletes at the Olympics that are balancing on those little balance beams, and they'll tell you about how they visualize themselves, how they can actually affirm themselves that they can do it, and it boosts their performance. This is a phenomenon that is not only in the area of sports, but it's something that can actually be expanded to any career or any area of personal growth. So building that belief of positive mindset becomes very, very important. If you doubt it, just look at what you call the placebo effect when you're talking about healthcare. Research suggests that the power of belief is often demonstrated in health through the placebo effect. And studies have shown that patients who basically are given a dummy pill, because they have that belief that it is treating them, they do experience improvements in whatever ailment they are having. And this astonishing fact really underscores the power of mind over body. So today, I wanted to just share one actionable step that we can take today to be able to improve or build our positive mindset. Because developing a growth mindset is a very transformative journey. And this normally begins with small daily steps. And what I think we need to do is on a day-to-day basis, we should start by embracing challenges as opportunities for learning rather than obstacles to avoid. Can you hear that in our CEO? This is somebody that literally the obstacles that we have faced in ONPASSIVE have not been really minute. And it would have been very easy for a CEO to say, I gave it a shot, and move on. But he has embraced those as challenges. And he's actually told us that there are quite a lot of opportunities that ONPASSIVE has learned through this. And now, when we reopen the doors, it would be better. So when we're faced with a difficulty or a difficult task, what we need to ask ourselves is, what can I learn from this experience? Rather than, fearing the potential for failure, we need to be able to cultivate a curiosity mindset by setting aside some time to explore a new skill or topic, no matter how small it may seem. This practice encourages a love of learning, a cornerstone of a growth mindset. Additionally, practice self-compassion and acknowledge your progress, understanding that growth is gradual. In fact, some psychologists suggest that in this type of journey, we should maintain what they call a growth journal. It can be a journal that you write or something that you just put in your mindset. And in this journal, what they encourage us to do is to record daily or weekly reflections of what we have learned, the challenges, and how we have grown from them. This not only tracks our progress, but also reinforces the commitment to a mindset of growth and continuous improvement. Just remember, developing a growth mindset is not about being perfect. It's about the willingness to learn, adapt, celebrate those small victories along the way, and keep going. Obviously, we are all human beings. and grace is really required to help us along our journey. But alongside, there might be some practical tools that we can actually use to overcome our limiting beliefs and develop this stronger mindset. That is, be able to shift from a restriction to an expansion mindset. There are a couple of pointers here I just want to share with you today. One, obviously, is identify the challenging or the limiting belief. The first step in really transforming our mindset is to become aware of the challenge, the negative beliefs that limit us. And this process really involves some sort of introspection and sometimes seeking feedback from others, our loved ones, friends, or in order to gain a broader perspective. And then, as I just shared, when you look at those gymnasts practicing and visualizing that they actually on it and they can succeed, we need to be able to develop those powerful tools to reinforce those positive beliefs, vividly imagine us achieving our goals. Just pause here and think about the dreams that we have all been painted with about ONPASSIVE when it is delivering the opportunity for us to uplift humanity. Or in some fields, they tell you that you should actually identify your North Star and focus on it. Because when you focus on it, it actually leads to a significant shift in your mindset. Because every little step you take, even if you have to do 2 forward and 1 back, it moves you closer to that goal. The third and the most powerful, as far as I'm concerned, not that it was listed as the third, is this idea of surrounding ourselves with positive influences. Every one of us in this platform today, our brother is going to uplift us, is going to get us like jived up. And you hear somebody like our brother, Dr. Derry, comes in and he's like, oh, mercy, and he's so positive. And we have all these other great people that are in this platform that once we are all positive, I normally share with people that if you look at the geese making a long journey, one of them can fly very fast, but you need all of them to be in formation and they can go tremendous distances. So when we engage with positive, supportive individuals that can help foster our mindset, then that growth is more than ensured. Obviously, as we move along, we're gonna get people that have mixed mindsets, some that got fixed mindsets, but together we can all go in the same direction. So here is like a 5 quiz question that you can use on a day-to-day basis to help you actually see whether your mindset and beliefs, how they influence your reality, and if you can be in whether you can place yourself on a positive mindset growth trajectory. The first one is, how do you typically respond when faced with a challenge? A, are you excited and eager to learn? B, are you cautious about willing to try? C, do you feel like, unsure and doubt your abilities? Or D, do you just, avoid it because you don't want to fail? How do you view your ability to change and grow? Do you believe it's in your hands to be able to do it? Do you think you can grow, but it's hard? That's B. C, do you think, it's not for me? Or are you one of those who says, you know what, this is me, I can't do anything about it. I'm mature already, I'm a grown-up, I cannot change. What is your experience? When you experience failure, how do you react? 4, how often do you engage in positive self-talk? And 5, how do you feel about stepping out of your comfort zone? Are you excited to actually get out of your comfort zone and grow? Are you uncomfortable because of the benefits? Do you prefer to just stay where you know better than to be going out into an area that you don't understand? Depending on which of these ones you end up actually answering, it will tell you whether you have a fixed mindset, you have a mixed mindset, you have a mindset that is leaning towards growth, or you have a growth mindset. My hope is that because we are surrounded by all these great supportive individuals, we will be able to actually be more those who are leaning towards, or we are those who are with a strong positive mindset, because whether you can or you cannot, you are correct. And what we hope is that we all grow together, we all journey together, and in the end, we are all equipped to reach out there and help humanity. If somebody hasn't said that to you today, I just want to tell you, I love you. And I hope that we have a very, very powerful and good sharing session today. Thank you very much. And I want to stop here and hand it back to our moderator.
Thank you, Dr. John. Thank you. I want to call on Dr. Derek to do Oh Mercy. Please, Dr. Derek. Oh, because he has that distinctive voice when he says, oh, mercy, oh, mercy, oh, mercy. Dr. John, thank you very much. I get what you said in terms of faith and belief. And I'm not even going to summarize it because there's no need to. You are so clear and concise. And I love the fact that you alluded your talk about what our CEO is doing. He believes and he has the faith that we will succeed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. That's what I got as the main message. The other ones and the challenges are things that we have already overcome. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for that wonderful message of putting us at ease. I'm going to pass it at this stage to my co-moderators. Over to you, Sister Irene. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. John. Wow. To be or not to be? Not today. You will be able to proudly state if you believe and have faith. So that is the challenge I have for everyone that is here this afternoon. And so we all know that we have a packed full agenda, and we're going to move on to our topic of the day. And, you know, the dream team is full of talented and devoted leaders. We are all leaders. And so to get this topic going on today, well organized, we're going to have two beautiful, devoted, and talented ladies leading this topic today. And that will be no one else but our very own dear Queen Debbie and Queen Lerato. We all know them. They don't need any introduction. And so I will pass it over to them. Please get your pen and pencil. Actually, I had asked before that everybody should get a notebook for webinars so that you don't miss anything. So get set, ready, and go. Over to you, Queen Debbie and Queen Lerato.
Thank you, Sister Today it could be three of us, myself, Sister Lerato, and Sister Yvonne. But I will start by introducing our wonderful guest for the day, the one and only, Brother Michael, who spends part of his Sunday with us, and then the other part of it doing laundry for the family, who has a family man that is so dedicated to his community, to his family, to his friends and his loved ones. This is a person, every single webinar you call him, any part of the world, any time of the day. All he needs to do is, I'll put it on my calendar. He tells you he'll put it on his calendar and he shows up. Have you ever heard of anyone in our ONPASSIVE forum that does that? He does it every day. It does not matter where the webinar is taking place, what time. Our brother Michael Williams Aim will make time to be with us. If all the leaders could be as selfless as he is, ONPASSIVE is not going to go anywhere with such leaders. And I think he copied it from, or they feed, I should say, they feed off each other with our CEO, with having the faith and being able to handle anything that comes his way. Brother Michael, I'll just let you say hello before I bring up my first question to you, please.
Hello, 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 everyone. It is great to see all of you. It's certainly great to be here. Dr. John, excellent message, faith, belief. Those are two powerful words. There's no doubt about that. And I would just say that actions, right? Your action is what let people know, your faith, whether you have faith or not. Speaking specifically with ONPASSIVE, you can see the individuals, and there's lots of them. There's many of us who have the faith in our business, in our CEO, and you can tell by their actions. You can tell by the things that they're doing. You can tell by their conversation, that they have, their speeches, their words, all of that. That basically tells you and illustrates to you, their faith, right? Because faith is the big picture. That's where, you have that full commitment, right? You could have belief, but belief is not a full commitment. You're not, committed to whatever it is that you may say you believe in. Right? There's a lot of people believe in God, for example, but most people are not fully committed to that belief because their faith is lacking, right? And it is what it is, right? The same goes for a business. A lot of people believe in ONPASSIVE, but they're not fully committed to ONPASSIVE, and they're not willing to go above and beyond where ONPASSIVE is concerned, and that's fine. Either way, wherever your faith is, where ONPASSIVE is concerned, it's okay. Wherever your belief is, where ONPASSIVE is concerned, it's okay, because neither of those is going to impact the outcome or the success of ONPASSIVE. Okay, it doesn't depend on your faith in the company or the CEO. It doesn't depend on your belief in the company or the CEO. It just doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is the people at the helm. Right? Those who are running the show, it matters what their belief is, what their commitment is, what their faith is in the business. And we all know that our CEO has that do it or die. And that's commitment, folks. Okay. So there's no doubt about that. So anyways, thanks for having me today. I look forward to a wonderful discussion with you all. And I know it will be great because that's what we do. Back to you, Sister Debbie.
Absolutely, Brother Michael. It will be great. You usually have one or two women, but today with a trio. How awesome is that? So we're going to limit our talk between the three of us. Most of us do follow your weekly chat and other forums that you go to. And in your September to Remember, you talked about health is wealth, which I think that was last Monday, and the other ones you had how to transform. That was actually how to transform wealth. So my question I have for you is, how many of us do you think we can successfully help others to transform themselves with whatever wealth they get from ONPASSIVE when that time comes? And how will you motivate them to stay committed to the cause of being able to transform that wealth. Back to you, Brother Michael.
Well, I'm going to ask you to repeat the question again.
Okay.
This time, nice and smooth, nice and clear.
Okay.
Back to you.
So you talk about transforming wealth, and that wealth is health. Several ONPASSIVians did not know how to envision the option of transforming wealth. Let's say 90% of us here have not heard you say anything about wealth and how to transform it. How can you encourage those ONPASSIVians who are anxious and maybe they have the capability now to start practicing the aspect of transforming the little wealth they have while waiting for the bigger one to come along?
I thought that's what you said, and I was hoping you would rephrase it, but that's okay. You know, wealth is a big word, right? And when people hear that word, for most, it's just money. We just equate wealth to money, right? But the reality is that wealth is a lot more than just money, right? It really is. And the same can be said about our business. Our business, is a lot more than just money. We are creating value beyond the immediate money, that we will have. We have to realize our value as individuals, right? And when I look at ONPASSIVE and I go back to 2018 and I go through the years and I see where we are today, I would say that we have created a more valuable you. Right? You as an individual, I believe that you are more valuable today than you were whenever it was that you got into ONPASSIVE. I believe over the years, you've been able to transform yourself. You've been able to grow, build up yourself. All this, positive mindset talk that has been delivered over the years, over these past 400 webinars, specifically that this group, this team has done. All of that has contributed to that, right? A lot of folks, our knowledge have increased. We've seen personal growth and development in people, right? So a lot of us came in for the money. We're here, it's a business, we want to make money, let's go, right? And I think over the time that we've been together, I think a lot of us has realized that, you know what? There's a lot more that I can do. It's not just about me and my family anymore. It's about my community. It's about my country. It's about the globe, right? And so I believe that a lot more people today, like as of right now, that they're more in tune with the idea of helping to uplift humanity, not just about their personal circumstances. And that's a wonderful thing. That is a great thing to have accomplished, because even right now, in people's current situation, we've seen people reached out and help others, right? In their current situation. So again, that's growth. Maybe you wouldn't have done that, prior to coming into ONPASSIVE. But again, because of being an ONPASSIVE, because of being around a lot of like-minded individuals, you start to change the way you think. You start to think for the better. You start to think outside of yourself. And that's what makes this world a better place, is when you have people coming together, and practicing such, right? That's what it's all about. So I say that, we ought to be grateful for the challenges, for the obstacles, for the issues, because when that comes, that helps us to stretch and expand ourselves. So that produces a better us. So because we are better today than how we were as a person, maybe not better financially, right? But as a person, we certainly are. I think that will help us to be able to transform the wealth when we get it into growing it into impacting many lives out there. You know, and that is important, right? It's not something that we can negate. It's not just about, well, you know, when I make $1 million, when I make, you know, $10,000. It's not just about those numbers, but it's what will you do when you're in that position? What will you do with it, right? And so I know of individuals who are already planning, right? They're making plans, right? They put pen to paper, you know, they're writing down ideas that they have, things that they want to accomplish, things that they plan to do, how they plan to reach out and help others. You know, who will they contribute to, what causes, etc. So people are now looking beyond their immediate situation. They're looking beyond, okay, I need to pay my bills, I need to reduce my debt, right? They're looking beyond that, and that's a good thing. So I think that we're in a great position, you know, with so many positive mindset individuals that together, you know, what we can accomplish is unlimited. You know, so certainly I just think people just need to prepare, believe in the dream, right? Believe in the dream, right? Don't just, you know, well, yeah, you know, I want to do this, and no, actually believe in it. And so when you believe in it now, you're going to make a commitment to start writing things down as to what you want to accomplish, right? How will you make your community? How will you make your space, you know, better than how you came and saw it, right? What will you do for yourself, for your family, and for your extended community at large? You know, so these are things that people can do right now before even being in that position to actually act out now, right? To be able to deliver, you know, on your dreams. But certainly, you know, we can all take steps towards that. Okay. So hopefully that helps, you know, towards the question that you posed, Sister Debbie.
Absolutely, Brother Michael. Thank you very much. Sometimes after your webinars, people raise questions with us. Did you really understand what he meant? And this is the one webinar that I know if you clarify, those questions will be answered, not just for us, but for people who did not quite understand, or they listened and did not know what that meant. So I really appreciate it. And yes, you're so right on the need to uplift humanity. That is why we were here, and everything is just amazing and going awesomely well. And the individual growth, as you rightfully say, we all can see it. Thank you very much. As I said, we're 3 of us here today. I'm going to call on Sister Yvonne, please. Sister Yvonne, and after you, it will be Sister Lerato. Sister Yvonne, over to you.
Thank you, Sister Debbie. My name is Yvonne. I'm normally in the chat, but today I'm asking the question that has been delivered to me by Sister Candler. I am coming in, as they say, from the sunny Canada. So thank you, everyone. So sunny Canada, it's very sunny, Brother Michael, and you know that, you're here. Okay, so it's a long question, so let me get to it. From our last update of September 1st, 2024, our CEO shared some good news about our system. It has been exciting and uplifting for us all. He said that though the system is still not live, no critical data has been lost. In fact, he said, we have restored the databases, including user profiles, logins, customer referrals, wallets, funding, and bonuses. The aim is to go live before the end of September. In simple words, how significant is this huge success to our CEO and our business?
Well, in simple words, it's very significant. Right? You know, again, when our CEO is ready, right, I believe he'll come and kind of give us A to Z, you know, of exactly what transpired, how did we get here, etc. Right? But the good news is that we are in a great position. right? To be able to have recouped, the data and all that you just mentioned, to be able to have all that in place is crucial, right? It's important to our business, right? There's no doubt about that. So it's just a matter of knowing that we're in good shape. Like that's all it comes down to, right? Knowing that, we're not starting from ground zero. You understand? Because imagine if we lost all that information, right? That wouldn't be good, right? You really would be starting from scratch. So certainly that's not the case, and so we just have to continue to wait. And when the time makes the most sense, then absolutely our CEO will fill in all the specific details. Personally, I don't think it's stuff that we need to know, but our CEO, he likes to give and give information. But to me, it always comes back to, are we going to accomplish our goals, right? Why did we come here? And if that's still intact, right? If I know I'm still going to be able to accomplish my goals, if I'm going to accomplish, all that I want out of this business, then I'm good, right? I'm good. And so, as long as that's in place, to me, that's the bottom line. And so to have all the data and all of that, that's just, further confirmation that we're good, right? That to me, that's all that is. It's just further confirmation. The wallet's intact, transactions that were done are intact, database intact, all of that stuff, wallet, right? That's just further confirmation that we're in a good position to move forward. So we'll just continue to, pray for our business, for our CEO and his family, because it's not easy. And we continue to have the faith that, we're going to come out with flying colors at the end of the day. And so to me, that's the bottom line. So yeah, it's certainly great news to hear that from him. But to me, the bigger news is that, we're still on track to accomplish all that we came into ONPASSIVE for.
Thank you, Brother Michael. You answered that question as far as I can see. And I was going to ask you exactly what you just said. Are we going to be able, I didn't have a question, but I'm going to just click that in there. Where you said, are we on track to accomplish exactly what we set out to do? And if that's still on, then we have nothing else to be asking about. But thank you very much. I really appreciate your answer. And I'm sure Sister Kanda would as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Yvonne. Do you have another question? If not, we can move on to Sister Lerato.
Okay, there are two more questions from Sister Kandla, but I'm not sure how you're going, whether we're going round and round or whether we're going to...
If you have more questions, please just go ahead and finish, please.
Okay then.
Thank you.
So, Brother Michael, you're on again. So this is from Sister Kandla. She says, as the excitement for this month of September is building, in anticipation for the next phase of ONPASSIVE, our motivation and happiness is also growing, but it's not so for everyone. Mr. Ash has shared with us what motivates him and the business. What motivates us? Not just individual success, but a humanitarian objective. Unlike typical business motivations, our aspiration is to enable others to achieve their dreams, even if it is just a step above their current circumstances. What excites us is witnessing progress in someone's life. What can we do better to step up our motivation moving forward? Stay motivated and encourage others who are just not yet there.
Well, leave them by the wayside. No.
Yes, I know you don't mean that.
Just kidding, right? It really comes back to, each person's state of being, right? We're not all equal, okay? We're just not, right? We're all at different levels, mind, with our mind, right? With the way we think, right? Some people are optimistic people, some people are pessimistic, you know what I mean? Some people are go-getters, some people are, just like to take it easy, right? We're all different, you know what I mean? But to me, again, at the end of the day, right, can we accomplish what we set out to do, right? Because motivation is a funny thing. I believe in self-motivation, right? I don't go and listen to Anthony Robbins and all these other, motivators or what. I personally don't do that, because that's just for a moment, right? It's not lasting. So you're gonna have to keep going back again and going back again and going back again. To me, that's tiresome, right? I should be able to encourage myself. Anytime I feel down, I should be able to encourage myself. I should be able to pick myself up, right? And to me, it's not difficult to do that. If you keep your eye on the prize, if you keep your eye on what is it? Why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish? And if that is constantly in front of me, that's my motivation, right? I've not accomplished it yet, so therefore I'm still motivated to achieve it, right? So, to me, people have to learn, right? Everyone have to learn to be able to have something that's worth dying for. Have something that is so important to you that no matter what, you're not going to give up, right? Because that's what faith is all about, right? Faith is about when doubt comes, you just slap doubt aside. You know what I mean? When obstacles come in your way, you just step over them, right? If you have to, force your way through them, right? So you have to be able to find a way to internally motivate yourself, right? Rather than looking for that motivation to come from outside, right? You don't want it to be external, right? You really don't, because you're going to spend your entire life, searching and searching and searching and searching. Oh, I'm motivated today. Okay, I'm all excited today, and then you hear some bad news tomorrow, like, oh, right? And then the next day you hear some good news, and oh, okay, I'm all excited again. That's tiresome, folks. You know what I mean? Learn the true value of being able to self-motivate yourself, and your life will be so much more fulfilling, right? You'll be able to accomplish some great things in life if you can do that. You know what I mean? You have to be able to pick yourself up, right? I'm not saying that go through life and you're just charged up, 100% all the time, and you're just a firecracker all the time. No, that's not realistic, right? We're all human beings. We all have shortcomings, etc. None of us is perfect, right? But in spite of that, though, right, you have to be able to find a way to pick yourself up, right? So, I would rather people not necessarily look to others to be motivated. You know what I mean? Because that can also send you down the wrong path, right? People can motivate you to do the wrong things. You know what I mean? But certainly, we see our CEO. He's still excited. When he gets the opportunity, when his schedule permits, he comes and he shares, and we know that he's working tirelessly behind the scenes. That has not wavered, right? And so therefore, to me, that's enough for us to be motivated. Now, unfortunately, human behavior being what it is, we like to see in order to believe, right? That's just the bulk of us. Not everybody's a visionary, right? Not everybody has vision, okay? Vision requires you to be able to see beyond what's in front of you, right? That's what vision really is, okay? Sight, yeah, is what you see, but vision is something much more than that, right? And so not everyone has vision. So sometimes you just need to feed off others. Feed off what other people, maybe you have one or two or three or whatever people that you look up to. Okay, check in with them, see how they're feeling, see what they're doing. Okay, now Are they saying that my mic is off? Can you hear me?
You're fine.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's not your message. No,
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Right. So, you know, we just have to, you know, be able to find a way to pick ourselves up. It's the best thing that you can do, not just for ONPASSIVE. I'm talking, this is a life experience, folks. Just in life in general, you have to find that way. If you have children, try to encourage them to be self-motivated, right? Not relying on some coach or some teacher or whomever to motivate them, you know, to do their schoolwork or whatever it is, right? Help them to be motivated. Why? Because they have a goal. They have a reason for doing what they're doing, right? We all have a reason why we're in ONPASSIVE, right? So let that be your motivator. Have you accomplished it as yet? No. So if you haven't accomplished it, and if you don't, especially if you don't have another way to accomplish it, right? If this is your only way, because many have told me, they've said, you know, this is it. This is our only hope, right? There's nothing else that we can do. We don't have the skills to do A, B, C, D, or E, right? So we have nothing else business-wise but to depend upon ONPASSIVE. So this is a must for us. So if that be the case, then that should be your motivation, knowing that, hey, this is it, right? So all I have to do is just continue to lock in, continue to plug in, right? Continue to check in with the various webinars that's going on, and get your daily dose of ONPASSIVE. I mean, there's different people doing lives every day and all this fancy stuff, right? So if that's what you require as an individual, go get your daily dose of ONPASSIVE, right? But really and truly, though, if you can just focus on that goal that you have written down, focus on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, have that written down so you can see it every single day. If you have to post it in front of a mirror or whatever you have to do, right, to make sure that you're self-motivated, that's what's going to get you through. Because if you rely on someone else, well, what if the person is down? Well, there goes your hopes and dreams, right? You know what I mean? But because people are people, and people will have bad days. You may call me up one day and I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? I don't know. Possible, highly unlikely, but it is possible, right? You know, but people just have to find a way to be self-motivated, and you're going to get far more, you're going to get a much richer experience by doing that. Well, certainly we can see that there are lots of people, lots of founders, lots of early bird adapters that are still excited by the various webinars that are still going on. If there was like no webinars going on, everybody just kind of disappeared, then that's different. No, we're still here. We're still going. And our schedule may get a little busier, but we still find time for ONPASSIVE. Why? Because we are committed. We fully believe in this journey, knowing that it's going to impact so many people worldwide for the better. There is no doubt in my mind about that, folks. There just isn't, right? Listen, we have a massive network, okay? We have put together a large group of individuals, right? And so there's no way that this is going to fail. There's no way that you're not going to succeed. It's just impossible. If you understand numbers and the power of a network, it's just impossible, okay? We will be able to do a lot of great things. There's no doubt about it. So just stay tuned and you'll see what I'm talking about, all right?
Thank you, Brother Michael. Another perfect answer. I'm sure that's what Sister Kamla would say, because there are so many ways, as you were saying, to keep motivated. I mean, even just going back and watching some of the older webinars, just getting caught up again and the excitement that made you do whatever you, or as you said, getting some accountability partners. Just make sure you don't drag anybody down, as you just said. That's wise, right? So I really thank you. That is it. That is exactly it. Queen Debbie, I have one more question from Sister Kamla. Should I go ahead with that as well?
Yes, please. Thank you.
So, Brother Michael, this is the last one for me. Our CEO, Mr. Ash, has shared with us that he is our friend. To paraphrase him, he would say, I'm your best friend. And with ONPASSIVE, I will change your life and that of your family and loved ones. And she's saying, I don't know of any organization I have worked with or any other organization where the CEO tells the employees, staff, customers, or users, but I'm your friend, and mean it in the truest sense of the word. A true leader, she said. In thinking about his words, the question that came to mind was, have we, as users, trusted him in return and played our part in this friendship or not? And then she says, can you speak to us today on the friendship mindset and help us appreciate our CEO's character and leadership better?
Well, if we don't know this by now, we're in trouble, right? Of course, I mean, our CEO has come on time and time again. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. Right? Like, so many times we've heard that, and it's not just lip service. Right? He really means that because he wants to see us do well. Right? He understands that people have been trying for so long, right? He understands that people have joined business A, business B, company C, etc. Right? And so many companies, so many businesses have let us down. Because to me, as I see it, there's so much that is out there. Like, no one should really fail. Like, you just shouldn't. People fail because of greed, right? People fail because you have those that you rely on who are greedy, they're selfish, they're just in it for themselves, and that's what we see because the resource is there. I mean, how many times have you heard, oh, $45 million boom disappeared, and how much millions, even billions, gone? Like, so it's not lack of resource. The resource is there. It's just, unfortunately, some people are just not trustworthy, right? Some people, they're just not your friend, right? You have people who say they're your friend and they're not trustworthy. How many times have you had people who said that they're your friend and they let you down? Right? Think about that, right? I'm sure many of us can speak to that, can relate to that, right? And so that's the issue. The issue comes back to trust, right? Can people do what they say they're going to do? Can people stand by their word? And so, when we see someone who is living by their words, our CEO, if he wasn't our friend, he could have disappeared a long time ago. Especially now. Now he could just, you know what, guys, I've tried, it didn't work. I'm sorry, but I've had enough. I'm out of here. That's easy to do, right? But is that the road that he's taken? No, he chooses to fight, and he's not fighting for himself and his family. He's fighting for us, right? He's fighting for us. You understand, right? And so, what more can we expect from a friend? Like, isn't that what we want of a friend? To be there for us no matter what, right? Comes what may, to be there for us in our ups and our downs, to be there for us, right? To fight even our battles for us. You know what I mean, right? I can remember years ago when I probably was in high school or something, and a good friend of mine, and we were playing sports, and so he was about to get into a fight. And again, this is my good friend. So what do? I jump in front of him, and I'm going to fight for him. Not that he can't fight for himself, but I'm going to jump in. You know what I mean? And make sure we get things sorted, right? That's what a friend does. You know what I mean? You go to battle for people. Someone is in need, and if you are in a position to help them, you don't just let them go by the wayside. You jump in and you help. Right? To me, that's what a friend, would do. Right? Now, of course, obviously people take advantage of stuff like that and what have you. But at the end of the day, right, we're looking for people that have high integrity. We're looking for people that mean what they say. We're looking for people that will do it or die. That's what we're looking for, because that's what it takes to really succeed in life. You have to have that non-wavering commitment. Right? You really do. Like, too many times, so-called leaders and CEOs and executives and what have you, they're just wishy-washy. You know what I mean? They're not serious about trying to help you. right? You know, just yesterday we're sharing with our children about life, you know, that everything comes back to money, right? And so you can't listen to this one and that one and that one, because all these companies, all they care about is money. All they care about is, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that you need sunscreen when I know when you've been living in a hot climate for years upon years upon years upon years, right? Never using any sunscreen, and all of a sudden, oh, you need some. Come on now, right? Let's be real, folks, right? The point is, right? I'm ruffling some feathers now, but the point is, right? You have a lot of companies that tell you that you need this, or you have to do that, or you need so many calories a day, or you have to eat from this different food groups, and all this fancy stuff they tell you, and people buy into this stuff, not realizing that all these people, all these companies have an agenda, right? There's a reason why they tell you A and they tell you B and they tell you C. There's a reason. You know, the dentist, right? It used to be, you know, once a year you go to the dentist, right? You know, once a year, go get a checkup, right? Then they say, well, nope, you got to come every 9 months. Then they say you got to come every 6 months. Now they're telling you have to come every 3 months. Why? What has changed? You know what I mean? The reality is that when companies realize that, oh, you know, we used to have 1,000 clients and now we only have 500 clients. Okay, so if you were coming, you know, once a year and had 1,000 clients, they're coming once a year. Okay, I make so much money. But now I'm down to 500 clients. Well, if I tell you to come every 6 months, I still make the same money as if I had the same 1,000 clients. You see how that works, folks? And as that number drops down, I tell you to come more often. So then I keep the same level of income. You know, it's just amazing that all of us, you know, because we're all guilty of it. We all fall for this nonsense that society tries to, you know, put on us, right? Letting us believe that we need this and this and this. Why am I saying all of that, right? All of that comes back to our CEO. It comes back to he's not out here trying to get you. Come on, we need more money. Come on, we need money, month after month here, subscription here, this, right? No, his focus in let's put together a business that regardless, right? Regardless of your background, regardless of your skill level, put together a business that you can succeed with just by being in, just by doing simple things, right? That's someone who actually cares about your well-being. That's someone who says, you know what? I care about your pocket. You know what I mean? Let's minimize things. We don't have to charge thousands of dollars a month for a product A when we can actually charge, you know, hundreds of dollars a month. You know what I mean? Why thousands? You understand? Right? We have to understand that, folks. And so when we see and hear and listen, and what our dear sister just said about going back and listen to previous webinars and so on, listen to the man speak, hear what he has to say, right? Because yes, I know some folks are just full with the gift of gab and they're going to lie to you over and over again, right? But that's not our CEO, right? If you really, you know, pay attention to what he says, how he says it, listen to his words, right? Something inside you will tell you, will guide you. You know what I mean? Okay, is this guy full of it or is he really sincere? You understand? Take a look at the actions from day one until now. You understand? So we can clearly see, and we can sum this all up by saying we have a friend in our CEO. We have a friend that we can count on. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. And so, and if anyone is second guessing that, well, you probably need to check yourself, right? You know, because at the end of the day, you can't just judge it. Well, you know, we're not making any money. You can't just judge it by that, folks. You know what I mean? And that's what determines whether he's your friend or not, right? That just wouldn't be the way I'm going to determine that someone is my friend. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? It's not about money. So, because if that be the case, then I should only have friends that have more than what I have. You know what I mean? I should only have friends that can, you know, always be willing to give to me. No, that's not how friendship works. You know what I mean? So when we look around and when we, you know, can look at everything that has been said and done over the years where ONPASSIVE is concerned, we can see that we truly have a friend in our CEO and he's there for us. right? And which other CEO is going to come onto a webinar and sit there for 6 hours for what? Why? You know what I mean? Doesn't have a family. You know what I mean? Doesn't like his family. Doesn't want to be around his family. So rather be with us. He doesn't have something better to do, right? No, right? It's because he cares. And we've seen this time and it's not like, well, you know, once he did that or once a year. We've time and time again, we've seen that, right? That's how you judge someone. Look at their actions. Don't just look at that one-off, because that one-off could be an extreme. It could be an outlier, right? But if you take a look at what has been done over the years, you can see, folks, you know what I mean? So yeah, there is no doubt that we have a friend in our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. And I believe that a lot of us can learn a lot about being a good friend from this man, right? And again, I don't worship him. He's not my idol. None of that nonsense. But he is a good friend. Absolutely. All right.
Thank you, Brother Michael. And I'm going to answer for Mr. Candler. Absolutely, I agree with everything you just said. The word you're looking for is no manipulation from the CEO. All he does is come, and he's so authentic. It's like if he could tell us everything from the whole beginning, he would. You can see that. He's so joyful when he has news, whether good or bad. He wants to come in front of the mic and take the punches or the accolades. He's just good. And you're right. I mean, he says do or die, and that's what the scripture says about a friend who would lay down his life for another. So we know that he's an authentic person, and if he's hasn't proved that by now, I don't think he needs to do anything else about that. The ones who believe, like you're saying, and those others, well, we can't help them. I'm sorry. Thank you, brother.
Oh, thank you, Sister Yvonne. And Sister Kenla, your challenging questions, right? Thank you. Okay, our sister Lerato is here. We heard her voice in It to Win It at the beginning of the webinar, and we're going to see the real McCoy. Sister Lerato, over to you, please.
Hi, my beautiful sis. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, I hope you can hear me. My journey was so tedious today, but I'll try to. I hope my voice is not cracking all over the place because, wow. Yeah, I wanted to be here today to hear my brother. I wanted to be here to just to get all this beautiful information and listen to the wisdom from my brother. So, Brother Michael, I am just elated. I mean, you answered most of the questions that I had in mind, and especially the one about focusing on the right things. And I believe that the group of people that are here are people who want to focus on the right things. We know that a lot of things are happening in the background in our company. We've seen also things that are happening in the forefront. Our CEO has come to tell us exactly what's happening right now. The recovery of our data. And you said also that is good news, guys. That is very, very good news. In the midst of the challenges that we're facing as a company, for us to we have so much to look forward to. This is what basically I want to say. So my question was, what can we all focus on right now? Because it's easy to get distracted and focus on the trivial things, especially when you go online. People will meet some heinous comments and things. It's easy to get distracted, especially when you don't have a plan or when you don't have a laser sharp focus. And that was one of my questions to say, in this part of our journey is very crucial. And for us to stay focused, what is that focus? What can we stay focused on? Because if we get distracted, then we will be left behind. So, and that was one of my questions to say, what can you tell us to focus on? So you covered part of that question, and I don't know if you want to expatiate on that or if you already answered it, because my issue was focus, that we do not lose focus, because we have so much to look forward to. There's so much that is on our plate that is for us and for us to win. So just the focus, because a lot of people are battling with their focus at this point. So, and that was one of the questions that I was going to ask you. I know you answered part of it, so I don't know if you want to expatiate on that.
Sure. Great to hear your voice.
Thank you so much.
focus again, folks. You know, we're all in different situations, right? You know, we just are, right? And so we all know that, you know, many need to pay their bills, right? But even though you need to pay your bills, just try not to engage in things that's going to take you in a worse situation, right, than what you currently are in. Okay. You know, I'm not one to tell people, oh, don't go do anything else and just wait for ONPASSIVE, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Hey, everyone has to you know, decide what they want to do based upon their situation. Absolutely. But just be mindful is what I would say to people, is just be mindful. Obviously, you still want to focus on ONPASSIVE, you know, in the sense of knowing that that's the one thing that's really going to help you, right? You know, but again, there are people who are marketers, and so they can go and market whatever they want to market. Some people are selling ClickBank products and what have you, different affiliate, you know, stuff. Just each person have to know themselves, know what you can do and what you can't do. You know, don't fall for nonsense, right? You know, don't fall for people telling you, oh, jump into this, throw your money here, and this is going to happen for you, and all this fancy stuff. Just be mindful, right? Is what I say to people. Don't be distracted from that standpoint, right? Just knowing that, yes, ONPASSIVE will move forward, and ONPASSIVE, you know, will get you to your desired destination. Okay. But time is involved. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks not going to come and, oh, look, I got 10 grand sitting in my wallet. Thank you very much. Here we go. Let's go. You know, let's be realistic, folks. We've always, you know, explained how we generate income, that sales must be made. Okay. Something has to be sold, whether it's O Connect or O Tracker or some other products or whatever the case may be. Something has to be sold. People have to buy it. That's how we make money, right? It's as simple as that. Whether it's organic traffic, whether it's targeted traffic, whether it's you know, traffic from the system itself, whether it's your own traffic, however it may be, at the end of the day, something has to be sold in order for money to be made. Right? That's just how you know, the sales process works. Okay. So we have to stay glued to what's going on in ONPASSIVE. As I mentioned earlier, there's lots of different webinars. You know, we know this webinar is every Sunday, right? You don't only have to come when someone specifically is going to be here or whatever. Every Sunday it's available. So if you are available and it's something that you want to attend to because you want to stay plugged in, then you jump on it, right? There's other webinars going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's different lives going on YouTube and so on and so forth. You know, no one should really be saying, well, what's going on with ONPASSIVE? Or what's the latest update? And like, no one really should be saying that, because there's more than enough information that has been put out there, right? If you're paying attention. So when people say that to me, okay, well, you're not paying attention. You're off in la la land. And every once in a while, you kind of peek back over. Hey, okay, what's the latest update? You know what I mean? But no, you can simply go on YouTube, and you know, I'm sure many of you have subscribed to various channels, so that way you're plugged in. If there's a new video that comes out or whatever, you're alerted to it, and so you can go check that information out. Right. So to me, focus on your dreams. That's what I would tell people to focus on. Focus on your dreams, folks. Focus on whatever your dreams are. Right. Focus on that. Right. Keep that in front of you. Right. Keep that in front of you, because that's what's going to keep you going. You understand? Because if you don't have a dream, if you have nothing, then, you know, what makes you wake up in the mornings? Like, what's your purpose? Take your job, for example. Right. Why do you go to your job? Like, why? You don't have to. You may think you have to, but you don't. Why do you go? There's a reason why you go, right? Maybe you have a family and you got to provide for them. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you still got a roof over your head. You got to make sure there's food on the table and so on. So you get up whether it's 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning or whatever time it is, and you make sure you get up, right? You don't say, well, I'm just going to show up today. Who cares? Boss can't fire me, right? It doesn't work that way, right? You're focused on making sure that I get to work on time, I accomplish whatever task I have at my job. You know, I make sure all that stuff is taken care of. I make sure I get back home safely to my family and so on and so forth, right? Right? That's staying focused, right? And so it's the same with our business. We know that we're not the ones doing the heavy lifting. So it doesn't mean that we have to be in on passive 8 hours a day. You understand me? But no, like I said, some of us are involved in different chat groups. Some of us are subscribed to various YouTube channels or whatever, right? You know, there's some way that you receive some level of communication where ONPASSIVE is concerned, right? And you just have to plug into that, right? You know, make sure you, okay, yep, oh, there's a message. Okay, let me check the message. Okay, all right, I see. There's a video, somebody posts a video. Okay, let me see what that's about. You know what I mean? And that's how you stay plugged in, folks. It's not a 9 to 5 thing. You know what I mean? It's not a 24-hour thing, right? It doesn't have to be an everyday thing either, right? That's entirely up to you. Whatever you need to keep you going, right? That's what the bottom line is. Because what I may need is going to be completely different than what you may need. You know what I mean? You know, I don't need our CEO to come every single week and say A, B, C, D, E. I don't need that, right? If he doesn't come for a whole month, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issues. Yeah, that's just me personally. But there are some folks, if they don't see the CEO for a week, what's going on? Where is he? Why wasn't there an update? Oh, it's 360 going on. And so you go into 360 with the expectation that the CEO is going to be there. And if he's not there, you're disappointed. Why? Why are you disappointed? You know what I mean? People have to, again, it's all up here. It's all about the mind. Right? It's all about the way you think. You know what I mean? So again, my nature, I'm an optimistic person. Okay, that's just me by nature. Okay, I've been that way ever since, right? And so, but I'm also a realist. Okay, I'm not just optimistic just for being optimistic. That doesn't make any sense, right? There has to be sound facts as to why I'm optimistic about something. Okay. So it's not just being optimistic just to be optimistic. No. Okay. There has to be something there. Right. And so if, again, it goes back to your belief, it goes back to your faith. Faith is in the business, not talking about spiritual faith. I'm talking about faith in the business. Okay. It goes back to that. And how much do you believe? How much are you committed to the fact that, yes, this company, this business, this idea, this mission, this vision, all of that is going to help me accomplish my dream. How committed are you to that? Do you actually believe that? Or it's like, yeah, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. You know what I mean? And like I said before, whichever way you think, whichever way you view it is perfectly fine. Okay, you don't have to have my faith in ONPASSIVE. You don't have to have my belief in ONPASSIVE. You don't. Because it's not necessary. Okay? Your success does not depend upon it, folks. You can think that ONPASSIVE is a fly-by-night thing. It will never get, you can think whatever. It's okay. If that's what you think, that's what you think. I'm certainly not here to change anyone's mind. I'm certainly not here to convince anyone about ONPASSIVE. Absolutely not. Right? I know what I believe. I know what I'm focused on. You know what I mean? And so, yes, I have to make sure that my kids have food to eat. I have to make sure their school fees are paid. I have to make sure there's gas in the vehicle to get where it needs to get to. You know what I mean? You got stuff in your life that you have to take care of. So take care of what you need to take care of. It's as simple as that, right? And just know that, yes, when ONPASSIVE gets going, you're going to be better. Just know that you're going to be better, right? So again, keep the focus on your dreams, because the reason why you have dreams is because they're important to you. If they weren't important to you, then get rid of them. You know what I mean? If your dreams are not important to you, get rid of them, right? Make sure your dream is something that is worthwhile. Make sure it's something that, you know, is going to make a significant impact in your life. Don't just have a little tiny little dream. Well, you know, my dream is to, you know, if I can make an extra $100 passively a month, you know, that's That's not a dream, folks. It really isn't. Dream. You know what I mean? Right? Right. So dream big. It's okay to dream big. Because if you dream so small and you don't accomplish your dream, let's say you accomplish 50% of it. When it's so small to begin with, what are you actually accomplishing? You know what I mean? That's why you have to dream big. Now, it doesn't mean that you dream, with something that's out of space. You know what I mean? That's far-fetched and it's just unrealistic. So that's going on the other spectrum as well. Okay, you want to have something that is realistic, right? Something that, yes, this can be accomplished, right? And focus on that. Lock into that every day. Think about that. Right? Think about it. Doesn't mean that you're thinking about it 24 hours a day, folks. Okay, it just means that every so often it comes across your mind, and you said, "Yeah, okay, ONPASSIVE is going to help me do that." Okay, ONPASSIVE is going to help me do that. And the next day, maybe once or twice, it may come across your mind. And the next day, maybe it doesn't even cross your mind. You know what I mean? That's how that works, folks. It doesn't mean that every single day, I need my ONPASSIVE fix. I need my ONPASSIVE. Oh, it's just nonsense, right? But just do you, okay? Focus on your dreams, knowing that you're going to be fine, okay? You're going to be fine, all right?
I knew that I couldn't miss this, Brother Michael. I love listening to you. And, what you said is so important, dreaming bigger and just focusing on our dreams. It's so important because without vision, we cannot go anywhere. If we don't dream and we don't have that vision in the forefront of everything, we cannot move on. We cannot live fully and express ourselves fully. Thank you so much for this answer. I knew that I couldn't miss this talk. I have the second question for you. Unfortunately, I can't switch on my camera. I'm all over the place. I just got home, so I'm really all over the place. And the second question is this: in your wisdom, right? I love how you speak, and I want to hear your trail of thought on this. I mean, you're a successful businessman, and I know you know what it takes to be successful. But I just want you to just tell us according to you, what is it that makes people fail in terms of achieving their dreams and in their pursuit of happiness? Because a lot of people want to be happy and they don't understand that you have to pursue happiness. It just doesn't appear. It's something that you have to be very intentional about. And so to you, my question is, as a successful businessman, what make people fail to attain that, to reach their goals in business and in their pursuit of happiness? Then the second part of this question is that I want you to mention, the three qualities somebody that wants to be a winner in life and in ONPASSIVE should have. The qualities that somebody should have in order to win in ONPASSIVE and also in life. So the second question is based off the first one. So yeah.
That's loaded. Oh my God.
Loaded, right? But I love listening to you. I said, let me give him this. I want to hear you.
Wow. Okay. Sheesh. All right. Here we go.
All right.
What makes people fail? Like it's a long list, right? It really is. It's a long list. For some people, it's fear, right? Some people are afraid of success, right? Some people, they say they want to succeed, but they're really scared to succeed. You know what I mean? Because some people believe that, oh, if I'm successful, then people are going to be coming to me. They're going to want this and want. But again, just the wrong mindset, the wrong way to think. You know what I mean? Don't think in terms of scarcity. Think in terms of abundance. Right? There is more than enough for everyone. Right? So if I succeed in life, if I have a given spirit, then it's only natural that I want to give. Now, it doesn't mean, handouts. It doesn't mean that, oh, here's $10 for you, get $10 and you get $10. It doesn't mean that, right? But you can give of yourself. You can share your experience. You can share your knowledge. You can share how you were able to obtain your success and how others can follow your blueprint, follow your path, right? So there's a lot to that. Thinking that, well, the more successful I become, right, then it's the more people that I can help, right? How can I be of service to others? right? So it's all in your perspective and how you think. But certainly fear is a driving factor as to why a lot of people fail. Skills, right? Skills does play a role, right? Just think in general. Just think that you have a sales job, but you suck at selling. How are you going to be successful, right? Now you can improve, right? There are things that you can learn, right? Let's say you're selling life insurance, an example. Okay. And so if you learn how to be a good fact finder, right? So you sit down with a client and you learn how to pull out information from that client, help them to help you understand their situation better, right? Then you'll be able to provide the right solution to whatever shortcoming or whatever issues that they may be faced with. You understand me? To want whatever products that you have to deliver, right? It's no different than when you can point to a solution to a problem that someone has, then it's much easier to make a sale, right? If you can show, so listen, here's the problem, right? And they identify with it and they come to agreement. Yes, you're right. That is a problem. Okay. And so here's a solution. So not just identifying the problem, but also providing the solution as well. Here is the solution. Listen, that's what companies do to you all. Okay. All right. That's what they do. They pinpoint problems. Okay. And then they offer the solution. Okay. Just think of any products that's out there in the marketplace. Okay. They will tell you that, oh, you lack this. Oh, you need vitamin D, for example, which everyone should know you get vitamin D from the sun. Okay. But no, you need vitamin D. So therefore, they start selling people vitamin D pills. Okay. And people run out there and they go buy vitamin D pills because it's been said, oh, I need to have vitamin D. Okay. Not knowing that, well, the good old sun that is provided for all of us, every single one of us on this planet, we get vitamin D from them. Okay. But they pose a problem and then offer a solution. Okay. And I won't get into COVID and all the other stuff. But the bottom line is that, right, companies pose problems, then they say, here's a solution, and then you go and you buy. Okay. You've got acne on your face. Okay. That's the problem. They say, okay, here's a solution. You need to get this particular product or whatever. And so you run and go buy it. You understand? That's how it works. Okay. Here's a problem. Here's the solution. And somebody's making a lot of money for that. Okay. It's as simple as that. It's a very simple formula, but it's used over and over and over and over again throughout society. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Okay. It is something that is used time and time again. Right. And so if you improve your skill, okay, then that usually means you have a greater chance of success. Okay. Let's say maybe you trade, cryptocurrency is a big thing now, I guess, right? So maybe you're a trader, you're trading cryptocurrency. Well, if you improve your skill, right, naturally you have a greater chance of success. Okay. If you're in real estate, right, it's the same thing. If you get to understand the markets, right? If you get to understand the difference between, having cash flow property versus, maybe doing a flip. So you're trying to just buy something underpriced, build it up, then go sell it. You make just by improving your skill within that marketplace, then you have a greater chance of success. Okay. The same thing, your 9-to-5 job is the same thing. Okay. So maybe you are a nurse. Okay. And all of a sudden now you decide to upgrade your skills by taking a course on or getting certified to be able to deliver medication, for example. So all of a sudden now you've just improved yourself. Therefore, you stand to make more money as a result of that new skill, right, that you just acquired. Okay. And so on and so forth. There's countless examples, folks, of being able to improve your skill, and away you go. Social media. Okay, maybe you're clueless as to how, running a YouTube channel, or whether it's TikTok or Instagram or whatever the case may be. Okay, and you improve your skill on how to market yourself through social media, guess what? Now you have a greater chance. You understand? I mean, anywhere you look, it's the same thing. If you're an athlete, okay, well, if you improve your skill, then naturally you have a greater chance of success, right? So it's the same thing. So that's another reason why people fail is they don't improve upon themselves. They're not willing to acquire new knowledge. You understand? So they fail, right? And the list goes on and on and on and on. They get involved in the wrong opportunity. You know what I mean? They jump into something that requires you to be a salesperson and you have no sales skills. So guess what? How are you going to succeed? You jump into a business where you have to go build a network and you have no clue about building a network. Well, how are you going to go succeed? So you wonder why you fail. You understand? It goes on and on and on, folks, right? But the good news about ONPASSIVE, none of that matters. You don't need skills, okay? You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about fear, right? None of that stuff matters. All that matters is the fact that you're in, right? In it to win it, isn't that what we say, right? The fact that you're in, okay, then the company desires to put together a process so that you can make sales without knowing how to sell. Okay, and that's realistic, folks. That's something that's far-fetched. Okay, that's what we have technology for. You know what I mean? You have a washing machine, right? Okay, well, you don't have to go and get the clothes and use your hands and you don't need to do that no more. Okay, you just take it, put it in the machine, turn the machine on, put in the detergent, the fabric softener, whatever, boom, 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 and you walk away from it and let it do its thing, right? Okay, so while you're busy off on a webinar, hey, laundry's going. Okay, you're good to go. Okay, and in between, you just close your camera, you go there, switch the loads, you understand? Right? In ONPASSIVE, we don't need to worry about all those things. That's why, how can you fail? The only way to fail is if somebody, walked away from it. That's the only way. You understand? But the fact that we're all in, you can't fail. As far as qualities, for a person to succeed, you have to have that that don't give up attitude. You know what I mean? You have to be able to persevere, folks. I mean, think of people want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to make $1 million a year. Okay, well, what are you willing to do? How committed are you to that? You know what I mean? Are you willing to put in the hours? Right? I know of people who've put in go through the night reading, right? Because they're trying to acquire another skill, right? And so if it means, reading 24 hours a day or whatever, you know what I mean? They put the time in, they put the effort in, right? That's how that works, right? You have 2 kids, right? 2 students, they're both taking the SAT, right? And so, this is the test, for the US, etc., right? And so you have one that just shows up to write it, and you have the other one that, they spent, 2 months, 3 months in preparing for it by going through, a lot of questions and, you know what I mean? Just getting themselves ready. And if they don't know something, they look it up and, get the answer and figure it out. Okay, now I know how to do that question, and so on and so forth. They prepare themselves. Now, which one of those students do you think is going to succeed? You understand me, right? The one that's prepared. They've done all the work. They put all the time and effort in, right? And so you have to have that don't give up attitude. And sometimes you may fail, but you don't give up. You go again, right? And you may fail again, and because you're so committed to your goal, right? You continue to push on. And each time you fail, you're learning from that experience. You're not just failing and then blindly going into the next opportunity, right? You're learning from it. Okay, where did I go wrong? What did I do, you know what I mean, that didn't help me to succeed, right? So you learn from that, okay? And so you're building upon the failures until you get to success, right? So you have to have that don't give up attitude. You have to have a persevering mindset. And you certainly have to have a positive mindset. I truly believe in when it says, as a man thinketh, so is he. as a person. So the way you think as an individual, that's who you are. You know what I mean? So if you have a poor mindset, you're going to be poor. It's as simple as that, right? If you have a rich mindset, you're going to be rich. But all this takes time, though. It doesn't happen overnight. So you have to have realistic expectations as well. Okay? You can't just jump into a business and expect overnight, poof, I'm a gazillionaire. There's something called time. We have to give it time. And then a person becomes impatient and says, well, I've been giving it 6 years. How much more time do you want me to give it? You want to give it as much time as it takes to accomplish the task. That's how that works. You know what I mean? If I'm out there trying to set up a basketball net for the kids, then, okay, some people may take them an hour to do it. Okay, maybe it take me 5 hours to do it. You know what I mean? I'm going to give it as much time as it takes to get the task accomplished, right? If I'm traveling somewhere and I'm driving, okay, hey, maybe somebody's going to take them, 7 hours to get there, right? But because I know me and there's certain places I like to drive and I don't like to drive and all that stuff, so I plan out my course. So it may take me longer to get there, but as long as I get there safe and sound, that's all that matters. So as long as I succeed, that is all that matters. So whether it took me 5 years to succeed or 10 years, it doesn't matter as long as I accomplish the task, which is to achieve success, right? So it's all these things that make people successful, right? There's a book, what is it? 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. I believe that's the one. Right. Bottom line is there's lots of great books that are out there that people can learn from others, because success leaves clues, folks. Leaves clues. You know what I mean? There's lots of people that are willing to share, and they have done so, but they're in books. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't like to read, right? Don't like to read. I put something together and say, oh, can you just make that a video? No, right? You need to read. And then we go read a book and we want to get the audio book, right? Folks, you absorb more, you will learn more, you will retain more when you actually do the reading yourself than when you listen to an audio book. You are going to be distracted listening to an audio book. So you're really not taking in what is being said to you. You're going to get some of the stuff, yes, but you're not going to get the fullness, as opposed to you're committed to read the transcript, read the book, read this information yourself. I'm telling you, it's that much more fulfilling, and you will walk away that much more successful, right? So, there's a long list. I'm not sure if there's, like 3 that you have to have, or, it's
I
a
know.
long list,
I just wanted
right?
to hear what you're going to say, because, like I said, I love listening to you and just, sitting in and listening to your wisdom. I love it. So I was just giggling when you were talking about companies marketing things that we don't need, and providing solutions to problems that they created themselves. I was just giggling because I was like, when you touched on some certain issues, of course, controversial ones, I was laughing. I was like, I would love to hear that. Maybe one time when we get to have a private conversation, we'll talk about that. But I was giggling here. That's fun.
Sure.
So thank you thank you so
No
much, because
problem.
if people actually listen to you to hear, or not just listen, but to hear, to really internalize what you're saying, I think there's so much to build upon and to grow. Actually, we can grow so much from the wisdom that we share here, and especially what you share, and your experience, and also the wisdom that you're sharing. So thank you so much. There are many things that you said that I have to sit with right now and meditate upon, and just go through them, and some points that you mentioned. It's worth just revising. And for people who missed it, please let's go back to the video, because there are so many gems that were dropped, and I think we owe it to ourselves to revisit those things that we are talking about here, so that we can, strengthen our minds, strengthen our character, our spirit, in order for us to succeed. So my brother, thank you so much. I love hearing you. I enjoy listening to you. And I hope one day we get to talk personally. You still owe me dinner, by the way, because you were like, I don't know what, you were just butchering my name at some point. So no, you were butchered it at some point. You were calling me something else but my name.
Me?
Yes, sir. Witnesses here. Dr. Patience is my witness. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. I thoroughly enjoyed this talk. Thank you so much.
The wingman of that dinner. I am the wingman.
Yes, you are the wingman. And please, Sister Irene and Dr. Derek, all of us.
Absolutely, of course, absolutely.
Thank you so much, my brother. I thoroughly enjoyed you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sister Lerato. We appreciate you as well, Brother Michael. Thank you for your time. I know you need a water break, and I'm going to give you some time to take a water break while I call on my co-moderator and Sister Irene, calling on you to introduce the next topic while Brother Michael takes a break, please. Thank you. And then the questions and discussions for Brother Michael will come later.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much, ladies, for this part of the webinar today. You had questions that were awesome. All right. As our guest is having a water break, let's get to the bestest part of the webinar, updates. I always look forward to it. I don't know about you, whether there is something new or not, I always look forward to updates. And so I'm going to call on Dr. D, Born Ready, and your team to give us some updates, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I hope you're hearing me. I hope we are all hearing me. Hey!
You're sounding like a chipmunk, but I can hear you.
Oh, mercy. All right. Let me see how to remedy that now. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let me go up here. Mic's all right up there. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. All right. Little better.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very much, King Dr. John, for that mindset, wonderful mindset. And really and truly, King Michael Williams, I believe, and this is just my personal belief, I believe that there's one thing that affects our success. One thing, and it's the mindset. The mindset. When we don't have the mindset proper, then it's a domino effect on everything else in our lives. When we don't have the proper mindset, then we're not going to read. if you don't have the proper mindset, then you're not going to read. You're not going to do what you need to do in order to get where you need to get. And that is why a lot of people commit suicide, because they don't have the right mindset. So I believe, if I could summarize, and that is why mindset is so important to Ash Mufareh, our CEO. It's very important. If you listen to our CEO, our beloved CEO, you would actually recognize that he focused more on the mindset. Because when we don't have proper mindset, we cannot be like, let's throw a name out there. We're not going to be like Thomas Edison. 1,000 times trying the same thing. Oh my goodness! From most of us reach 100, if so much. We give up. We stop. We're done because we don't have the successful mindset. We don't have the positive mindset. We don't have. And so, if we listen to all the updates, and this is the update actually, because he didn't come last week, he did not come the week before, and so we don't really have any fresh update from our CEO Ash Mufareh, but his update that he has been given for the past maybe 4 years or 5 years, since he started to come on webinar. Well, I think it's been about 4 years since webinar really start, or 3 to 4 years since webinars really start. And since then, he has always been focusing on the mindset. You and I just want to get when ONPASSIVE going to start, when ONPASSIVE going to start, when we're going to get money, and we've been so focused on that. And when that doesn't happen, when we don't get that, then we didn't hear anything that our beloved CEO Ash Mufareh says. We just miss everything else because our focus is on when ONPASSIVE is going to start, when ONPASSIVE is going to launch, when ONPASSIVE is going to start. Give me some money to put in my pocket and to leave me 9 to 5. So that's what our mindset is focusing on. But fortunately, if we take a few steps back and remove our ego, because that is the only thing that is blocking us, is our ego. And when we remove our ego and move ourselves into the proper mindset of love for ourselves and love for others, then we'll recognize that with the proper mindset, with the loving mindset, with the optimistical mindset, with the working mindset, with the successful mindset, then and only then everything will be umbrellaed under the mindset. So let us focus on the mindset, because listen, as Ash Mufareh says in about 2 weeks ago, that ONPASSIVE is 20% of business and 80% of heart, 80% of integrity, 80% of mindset. And so let us get our mindset intact, because when you don't have the right mindset, then it's problem whether you have money, yes or no. Because wealth is not just getting money. Because if that was the case, the people that win lotto, all of them would be okay. But reports have been said that 90% of persons that win lotto don't have anything to show today. Some of them even commit suicide, turn drugs, and they are worse off than before they got the money. So let us not fool ourselves. We have seen it, we have recognized it, we have done it every week that our dear CEO Ash Mufareh comes on the webinar. And as King Michael says, we don't have to come to every webinar. We don't have to. Right? But let us stay engaged. Let us remain engaged. let us, and you see, it come back to the mindset. That's why I love Queen Lerato Shadare. I can round up my R's, you know, so I will always order some food, something quite possible at the View in Manhattan, right? So, and that's all right. That's all right because I believe with all my heart. I do have to upbeat myself because I think I upbeat already. So I don't have to upbeat myself anymore and you know, positive up myself anymore. Because I know, I believe, I have faith that ONPASSIVE is a done deal. ONPASSIVE is the greatest thing since sliced bread. ONPASSIVE is all that and a bag of chips and a little bit more with popcorn and ice cream sundae from Devon House Ice Cream in Jamaica. All right. Those of us who no, it's not Baskin Robin. It's Devon House in Jamaica. All right. That's where you get the best ice cream from. Okay. And I'm saying that ONPASSIVE is much better than that. All right. And I know that. So if you don't have the mindset to receive it, then none of us can do anything for you. Because just as King Michael says, you know, you can listen to this person or listen to that person and you get a little high for today or get a little high for that moment. And, you know, by the next moment, you're gone back to square zero. Or next day, you're gone back to square zero. Right? So, it's all about knowing. You have to know for yourself. You have to have that mindset for yourself that there is nothing else but ONPASSIVE. I remember when I used to, you know, do a lot of multi-level marketing. The first little check I get from one of the company, which, oh my goodness, I thought that it was the world back in 2010, was $13.76. So I said, what the? After I worked most about for 3 months straight, knocking on doors and doing all sort of thing, $13.76. The check was worth, I believe the check was worth more than the amount that they put on the check. So that couldn't cater, that couldn't help me with my finances at all. And for those of us who have experienced a little financial gratification from ONPASSIVE, can testify that it has been good. It was very good. So we know that it works. With O-Connect, we saw that it worked. With O-Trim, we saw that it worked. With O-Mail, we saw that it worked. With O-Net, we saw that it worked. With the ecosystem, we more than saw that it worked. So there's no question that the business section don't work. It works. Not a fraud, not a spam. It works. But unfortunately, some unscrupulous people, you know, trying to mess us up. And so we thank our CEO, our beloved Ash Mufareh, that he is of the mindset, because if Ash Mufareh had some of us mindset, oh my goodness, as according to King Michael, you would have walked already, because that's what most businessmen do. And that's why he says over and over, he's not a businessman. That's the update. Ash Mufareh is not a businessman. He's a man with heart and integrity. A man with heart and integrity. Not a lot of those persons on the planet. Not a lot of those persons who is more interested in my well-being, who is more interested in my success, who is more interested in my future, financial future and prosperity future, who is more interested in me. Not a lot of persons on the planet like that. So when you find that there is a person on the planet that is more interested in others than themselves, that is a person you don't need any other encouragement. You don't need any motivation to be encouraged and to be motivated, because you recognize that the man at the helm is a man has to be sent from God, because God is love, and a man would have to be plugged in to God in order to reciprocate and to have that love for humanity, because that is the mindset, having the love for others more than yourself, or even like yourself, as the word says. So although we are still looking at September, and we are still in September, and of course for the past 2 weeks we haven't seen our beloved Ash Mufareh, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter, because there's no CEO on the planet that ever come weekly, and sometimes more than once a week, to dispel information. And so if we don't see him for a week or a 2 week or even a month, as what was said before, we shouldn't even have any doubt that something is going awry, because we know that our CEO is a man of integrity. He has proven it over and over and over and time again. So let us just be patient. Let us just be enthusiastic about the friendship and the family that we have incurred on this journey, because this has been the best journey that I've ever been on in my entire life, barring none. And so I thank you all very much. For those of us who are still here, let us really take hold of the mindset. Let us read Who Moved My Cheese. Let us read. That's a very good read. The Secret of a Millionaire. How are you going to be a millionaire or want to be a millionaire and you don't want to get into the secret of a millionaire mind? That don't even make sense. That don't make sense. So let us start to read the word, because in the word, the God himself says that he wishes above all things that we prosper and being good. So even God himself wants us to prosper. Who is causing us not to prosper? Our own mindset. Because we don't want to think in prosperity. We believe that, well, maybe we have to win the lotto and get that big burst, then, we shape up ourselves if it worked that way, all of those persons that win lotto would have been already and still up there. But it don't work that way. So let us work on the one unique thing that you and I can work on, and that is our own mindset. Get it on the positive, successful level, especially by reading, flooding our minds. Stop listening to our broke family members and our broke friend, and start to try your best to rub shoulders with people who have elevated themselves out of the miry clay. The mindset is of tantamount importante, very important to the upliftment and the development of each and every individual that is present here and will hear this video in time to come. I thank you very much. Really appreciate the time. That was the update that Ash Mufareh is still working assiduously for you and I and for humanity. I thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow. Very. Wow, that was amazing. And you were all paying attention. There is really nothing there to summarize because it was pretty much self-explanatory. So thank you very much, Dr. Derry. I told you I always look forward to this item on the agenda. So thank you very much. I'm hoping that our guest had his water break and he is back. I know that there are so many who enjoyed all the questions and the answers forwarded to him, and I'm sure there will be many who want to say something. Before I go to that next agenda, let me see if Debbie has anything to say before we get to the question and discussion. So it's time for a question and discussion. And as you all know, we always like to have it organized so that people don't talk over others or someone doesn't leave without having their question or, their concerns or feelings. They don't go home without expressing them. So we're going to call on the question and discussion team to organize this section of our agenda. So I'm going to call on the question and discussion.
show as much appreciation as we have in our little bodies. Just make his life a bit easier in any way that we can, and stop asking silly questions and making stupid stories, just adding to this. I want to thank you for asking that. Thank you, Brother Mike, for answering it as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Yvonne Finn. I appreciate you for your acknowledgement. I know Dr. P has something to say. Could you please proceed?
It's about to say that we can all go home.
You wish, no.
Yeah. It looks like that is going to happen today. But I'm going to just ask questions because people ask questions. And I think if they were listening, you've already answered this question. Maybe you just do short and sweet. Don't for them. Somebody asked on YouTube and people are messaging me. Some are saying that they cannot log into the OES. I'm like, where have you been? Oh my goodness. And they're really serious and really frantic. I don't know. I think my password is correct, but nothing's working. I'm like, which OES do you want to know? So somebody asked me, where are we now on ONPASSIVE? And because these two came together, I just said, okay, let me just ask you. So you just make it short and sweet for them. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, where have you been? And the person is actually serious. So I cannot log into my account. It's not working. It's not opening. So
yeah, I've received a few of those as well, and I think I almost fell off my chair when I got the first one, asking that. But again, we do have people that have received updates in various formats. For example, a lot of folks who are used to getting my emails and stuff like that, I just choose not to send these emails through my personal email account, whereas before I was sending them through the OES, or rather OFounders broadcast system. Right? It's just much easier to be delivered and easier to send to everyone. Right? So I prefer to use that format, and until such time, we just refrain from sending out messages. But ultimately, if people really want to know what's going on, they can find out, right? It's not a secret, they can go onto YouTube, and there's multiple, at least 20 channels that I'm aware of that do carry the updates. So if people don't have just one, not two, not three, there's more than enough that they can follow, right, to be able to get the latest updates. Our CEO was with us a couple weeks ago, I believe, so not this past week but the previous week on OP360, and he did have something to say. So again, if people really want to know, sometimes I just feel people are, let's just say, lazy. It's much easier to contact Dr. P, say, hey, Dr. P, what's the latest update? Than to actually go find the information themselves, right? It's much easier. It's much easier to just send me an email, say, hey, what's going on? I've not got an email from you since whenever, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's just easy for people to do that. And so, let's all be mindful of each other's time. People have stuff to do. People have lives. Before ONPASSIVE, after ONPASSIVE, during ONPASSIVE, people have things to do. And so let's all be mindful. If we can get the answer on our own, get the answer on your own. If you truly can't find the answer, then by all means, ask the question. Of course, reach out to someone and ask. Absolutely. But sometimes we just need to take a little bit of time. It's not like you need to take an hour to go find the answer. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of time. Or it's a good idea to subscribe to someone's channel that always bring updates, or have videos on there where people are getting updates, etc., so that you're in the loop, right? I believe the Dream Team has a channel that you guys post your videos and stuff like that. People can get it. Dr. Benny has a channel. People have channels. Follow these individuals. where you know you're getting correct information. Right? Don't follow people who are gossiping and talking nonsense and speculations and all this foolishness. Don't waste your time with that. But if you're getting, the real goods, then follow that channel and you'll be in tuned to receive updates as they come. Right. But as I said earlier, though, like no one should have that expectation where every week, our CEO is going to come and say something. Like, we shouldn't have that expectation. What has been said already, and that we're going to be moving forward shortly, right? And so today's September 15th. Last time I checked, the month of September has 30 days in it. You know what I mean? And if the end of September comes and things didn't materialize as we thought it would, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world, folks. You know what I mean? Like, we have to bear in mind, as I said earlier, about time, right? Don't expect, it's September 29th. We're back in the OES and all this money's flowing to me. And come on, folks, let's have realistic expectations. This is not the lottery. This is not, some get rich quick nonsense. It's a real business that have real issues, that have real people, right? Anytime you're dealing with people, you're gonna have issues. It is what it is. Okay, I don't care how good you think the people them are, how great you think they are, how knowledgeable you think they are, how smart you think they are. None of that matters, folks. Anytime you're dealing with people, you're gonna have issues. If you're dealing with more than one, you're gonna have issues, right? Sometimes you're dealing with yourself and you have issues, much less when you're dealing with other people. You know what I mean? It's a people's business, right? But as I said, it goes back to what this webinar started off on, and talking about faith and belief. It goes right back to that, right? So I don't need to have a play-by-play of every second, every minute, every day, every week. I just don't need a play-by-play. You know what I mean? Folks, nothing that we do is going to make this go any faster. Nothing. So once you understand that, then, why worry and fuss and all this stuff? You know what I mean? Because there's nothing that you're going to do that's going to make it go any faster. Zero, nada. You know what I mean? So guess what? You just relax. Just take it easy, right? Enjoy. Everybody's saying they're coming from sunny wherever. Enjoy the sunshine. Go get some vitamin D, right? Just relax. That's all we have to do, folks. And in the fullness of time, all that you're looking for will be yours. Like, I'll take comfort in that. Right? It doesn't mean that, I have no need and I'm sitting pretty and all is well. And it doesn't mean any of that, folks. It just doesn't mean that. But in spite of your current situation that you may find yourself in financially, right? You can still be relaxed. You can still be calm, right? It's like, you're worried about that bill that you need to pay and you haven't got money to pay it. Okay, worrying about the bill is not going to pay the bill, right? Worrying about the bill is not going to make the money come to pay the bill either. You know what I mean? Right? So then why worry? Right? It makes no sense. All you're doing is creating more stress upon yourself, which is not needed. Okay? So just relax, do what you can, and what you can't, don't worry about it. Okay? It will take care of itself. Right? So for those who want to know where we're at, okay, just go on YouTube, ONPASSIVE, OP360 or something like that. Stuff will come up, right? Stuff will come up. Our CEO has been coming on OP360, right, over the past few weeks. So, okay, plug that in and see what pops up and go listen. You know what I mean? And if you didn't get it live, it's okay. There's a recording and you can get the recording. You know what I mean? Just know, folks, trust me, when things are running, when things are moving forward, everyone is going to know. So if you don't know right now, it's probably because we haven't moved forward, right? So people can just relax. Just know that when we're moving forward, every single person will be aware of it. And you're not going to be missing out So you don't need to be glued at your computer or your phone or whatever, waiting for that moment, that second to press a button or something. Okay, that's not what this is. Okay, just relax, just wait, continue to be patient, continue to trust the process, all that good stuff. All right, because it's going to happen, folks. Okay, your success is a done deal. It really is. Your level of success now is a different story, but your success is a done deal. Okay, it really is.
Thank you, Brother Michael. As you said, throughout the journey, we have matured. And the fear of missing out. I used to get up in my bed 12 midnight and log in and check, and I go to back, get up again at 6. Let me tell you, I got mature, and I said I have to believe, and I have to have faith, and I have to trust the process that nobody will be left behind as well. So I sleep these days and get up when I have to get up, and check quickly what is going on, and just believe. Yes, so you hear it, folks. The people that ask the question, you hear it. So Sister Aisha has been really struggling with her internet. So I think I'll pass it back over to Queen Debbie and Queen Benny and Sister Yvonne.
Yes, please. We have Queen Pat Parent. Are you available, please? Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Queen Dr. Benny. I'm not sure if you can understand me. I've had some surgery on my mouth, so can you hear me?
Yes, please. Proceed.
Okay. Brother Michael, when you talked about transforming wealth, and I think it was Sister Debbie that asked, how can we encourage others with little wealth that we have? What I took from you was wealth is a lot more than money, which we all understand. It's abundance of what's inside us or outside. But the value of yourself, the value since ONPASSIVE of 2018 to 2024, this is Mr. Ash Mufareh. When you talk about wealth, he has the abundance of wealth that he has brought us since 2018. And he showed us his heart from inside, which gave us the love and the belief and faith of ONPASSIVE, what it is today and what it's going to be in the future. So I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed for this. And we know that the value that we grow inside ourselves is an inspiration and motivation that we bring and we try to share to each and every one, like Michael is today, and Dr. John and Dr. Derek, everyone that has spoken. The growth of your mindset is the wealth of love, but the knowledge that we need to learn is what I figure, in my opinion, is what comes from inside and how I learn it by reading. Michael, I do use a lot of audios because it helps me understand it better, but reading and following along with the audios is a must. That's why you need the book plus the audio if you have a disability like myself, because you always need to learn to follow every word that's being said to you in the audio. So I'm grateful for audios. The abundance of love that lifts up humanity. Whoa. Each and every day we can lift up humanity just by a smile, a handshake, a door opening, sending a meal to a neighbor or whatever. Those are the things that I'm able to do right now with little. Can you imagine what we can do to lift up humanity in my community? I have goals, I have dreams, I have visions. I have them written down, Michael. I have boards, vision boards. I have a family tree, which I have a vision for each and every one that's in that tree. So that's a passion that needs to come forward to make your dreams go bigger. And each day I add something to the card that's behind that picture, or once a week, once a month, whenever it comes to me, I've been doing this for over 5 years, adding to each and every card that's behind the picture. And that's where I get my inspiration, because I could sit on my couch or on my computer. I can look at that tree and the vision, what's in behind each of those cards. So it is a good idea to write your vision, have a tree, plant it, because that all started with the seed at the bottom of the root with Mr. Ash Mufareh. And the root grew, and it grew into branches and to leaves, and what we're going to reap as we keep selling and sharing on Passive. So I am grateful for the challenges that I have went through over the years and what I do now. This is the first time I spoke since I've had some reconstruction, but it's something that Michael had said to me on a webinar years ago. You need to speak from the heart, and you need to do it more often. I've never forgotten that, Michael, and I'm grateful for it. I have learned through the almost 6 years with ONPASSIVE to speak from the heart, to learn, keep learning, because knowledge is powerful. And when we learn and understand what God's vision was and purpose for us, we can carry that through on our own business, our own lives, to change it, to make it better, lift up humanity, even in our own families. That's where it starts. Because the good Lord wants us to keep going and never giving up. And today, I don't know why I put on a shirt, never give up, because great things take time. And I will show you, but I don't want to show you what my face looks like. I'm sorry, because it's swollen. And I don't have any teeth right now, so I'm being honest and open. But I do love to share, and this is the first time I've been able to. So I thank you, everyone in the Dream Team. I love it, and I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed to be here. And Michael, never give up on us Canadians, because we keep going. We never give up. Love yous all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Pat. That was fabulous. Thank you.
That was great, Pat. That was wonderful. Great to hear that. Certainly, those are great words of wisdom indeed. You know, having a vision board makes so much sense. You know, most people are visual. You know, they learn better when they see things. You know, it's like, you know, I'm trying to help my daughter with math, and I'm trying to help her do it in her head, right? Um, and but for some people, it's much easier when you write it down on a piece of paper and they can see step by step all of that stuff. You know, and so, you know, most people are visual. So absolutely, it's good to have that vision board of all that you're trying to accomplish, all that you want to accomplish, all that you're desire to accomplish. It's good to have it in front of you. And anytime you feel um, demotivated, every time you feel down, just look at that vision board that you've created, you know, and magically it will uplift your spirit. There's no doubt about that. And it keeps you focused. It keeps you focused, knowing, okay, well, why am I in this ONPASSIVE thing again? Okay, the vision board helps to clarify all of that and keep you on track. You know, so thank you so much, Pat, for that. You certainly are a great connect. All right.
Thank you, Michael.
Whomever, you're welcome.
Dr. Benny, you're muted.
Sorry, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Queen Pat Parent. We appreciate you attending this webinar. We appreciate your love within ONPASSIVE, and we are happy to see you. And I know that vision, like when we are, like if you're presenting, right? You use a PowerPoint presentation. A lot of people like to see that. And I thank you for that, making us to understand. We love you. And I believe does anyone have any additional question? If not, I will hand it over to Queen Debbie. Queen Rosaline, you don't have a question, right? No problem. Sorry that I call your name.
Oh, wow. Dr. Benny, thank you so much for you and the Q&D team. Sister Aisha, we know you're having issues with your connection. ONPASSIVE is going to solve that issue one of these days. But otherwise, we appreciate everyone else. I want to check with Sister Patience if you have any comment to make before we call on Brother Michael to give us his closing remarks, please.
You know that's where I was going to go. I always like to squeeze Brother Michael, get every juice out of him because it lasts me a month. I was going to ask him that based on all the questions and based on everything that's happened today, what is that summary that he wants us to take home? So you just read my mind. That's it.
Sister Pat, I'm sorry, before you close, there's someone, Hi Chief Collins is asking, what is Bo Michael's YouTube handle? I'm not sure if he has one, but that's the question on chat anyway.
Don't have one.
There you go. Didn't think so. Thank you.
But Michael doesn't have a YouTube. As he said, Dr. Benny has one, is Dream with Dr. Benny.
No, smile. Hold on. Smile with Dr. Benny.
Smile with Dr. Benny because she smiles a lot. And and you have a deep dive globally changing life. You have a Dream Team, Dream with Dr. Patience. Those are the YouTube channel handles for this webinar. The recordings are there, and so if you want to listen, it will be there. And today we're live, so it's already there. If you want to go back and listen, you'll find it under this channel. I hope that helps you, Brother Collins.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So Shaki, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to Brother Mike again. Your words today are really a powerful reminder that these things sometimes doesn't happen as quick as we expect, but if it's good, then it's worth the wait. Just want to thank you for your commitment to encourage, even though you don't have to. You always say you're not coming to persuade anybody, ask them to wait or convince them. But you say things that are so convincing that one can look at you and say, you know what, this is good for me. This is real. This is good for the world, at least for the faint-hearted. And then we who then can communicate to others who are probably disillusioned about people that we know that as far as Ash is standing and they are standing, you don't have to fear. Just keep doing what you're doing. Relax. It's going to be okay. Again, thank you for that level of commitment. Every time you come on this program, we literally think Ash came to talk to us. That's how I feel. And that's very comforting, And I'm not saying that everything you say is from him or you spoke to him before you come to us, but it's just that level of, a camaraderie that we feel that if we have Ash here, it wouldn't be better. So again, thank you for taking time of the family to talk to us. Like everybody said, we love you and regards to your family. Also, all the people that spoke, Brother John, for that, wonderful mindset. Usually, as usual, Dr. Derek, for all your ideas, Mr. Pat, Sister Shadare, the moderators that just keep things rolling week after week after week. I'm going to volunteer myself one of these days like I did the day I was told to speak. Otherwise, I'm on the road. If I'm not on the road, I really wish to assist. But again, you guys are doing a great job to keeping things rolling as we wait. And we're not just sitting down waiting. We're doing what we know we would do better when we have what we are believing to have. Again, thank you, everybody, and have a blessed Sunday. Have a blessed week. Thank you, my sister, for letting me interrupt.
Thank you, Pastor Shaggy. We know every Sunday you're out there to make sure the homeless on the street of Newark, New Jersey, have a warm meal, have warm clothes. You've been doing that for years. Every Sunday, he is on the road. That's what he is doing. I wish I could join you. He cooks the food sometimes. Actually, most of the time, he cooks the food at home to feed hundreds of people in Newark. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for uplifting humanity. Hopefully, as you said, ONPASSIVE will just come and make it easier. Thanks for always being.
You already joined me doing this. Everybody doing this is just doing the same thing I'm doing. We're out there doing what Ash Mufareh has this vision, and we bought into the vision. Being here where you are, making this happen, it's just the same way. It's just doing it differently. So please, thank you. You are with me already. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Any question in the chat? Anything, Sister?
No, Queen. No, Queen Pat. No.
Okay, Dr. Benny, you're done with your questions, correct? Yeah. All right. And now school has started, so I have to start giving our brother. We don't have to keep him here 8 hours like he has always been doing. But you know what I'm going to call for you to do, Brother Micah, before we say our advice to you. Just give us a summary, whether it's 1 second, 2 seconds, however you feel, to keep it, because as you said, the mindset. Okay, people here September to remember. What if it's October 1st? What if it's December 1st? What difference does it make? And that's that. If you can just give us something that we should take home, so that people should not be like, oh, this is October 31st. I have not September 31st. Sorry. You know what I'm talking about, Michael?
Oh my. Well, first of all, I just want to commend everyone here for the wonderful job that you guys have done, not just today, but over time. The 400, webinars, etc. That's a great milestone. And it just shows your commitment, your dedication to this great cause. And you're doing it and not getting paid. Like, I think this is a point that is overlooked by so many, right? Especially those who are borderline, those who are shaky in their beliefs, etc. Just think, do you think all these people are crazy? Right? Do you think you have so many intelligent people, this doctor, this one, doctor, that one, doctor, you check their background, this one's got, PhDs and master's degrees and, all this fancy stuff that people have, all this great wealth of education and so on. You think all these people are crazy? That they're just here, just to kill time. They have nothing better to do on a Sunday afternoon. Just let's just hang out and talk nonsense. You know what I mean? All the people that are doing these lives throughout the week and what have you. Trust me, it's not that easy to make money on YouTube. So don't just think, oh, well, they're just doing live just to make money. I certainly, if that was the case, I'll be doing it. I'm not. Let me be, real with you, right? If I thought like, oh man, geez, I can go make, 100 grand or whatever, doing YouTube videos, I would be doing it. Why not? Right? So that's not the reason. That's not why people are doing it. Making money on YouTube is not easy, folks. You know what I mean? It isn't easy. It's a lot of time that goes into just producing a single video, and that's something you have to do over and over and over and over again. And sometimes people do it, and you see their views like, oh, they got 2,500 views. Okay, not because they got 2,500 views actually means that they've made money. Right? They got to be ads run on there and all these other fancy stuff. It takes a lot, right? So the majority of people, I'm not going to say everyone, but the majority of people that are doing these videos, these YouTube videos, where ONPASSIVE is concerned, they're doing it out of the love to keep people in the loop, to keep people focused, to help people understand what's going on, where we're at, all of that stuff, right? And they're not getting paid as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Okay, you make $10 from a YouTube video, big deal, right? There people can just blink their eyes and they make $10. So that's not something, or that's not the motive, for people doing what they're doing. It just isn't, right? Now, again, I'm not saying everyone. There may be one or two. Okay, let's be real. But at the bottom line, though, is that the majority of people, they just care for others. And I think that, is a wonderful thing. It's great to be a part of something whereby people actually care about other people, because you don't find that a lot, folks. You really don't. Especially in today's climate, you just don't find that, right? Most people are just out for themselves. You know what I mean? They find a way to do something. Oh wow! They keep it a secret. They don't want to share it with anybody else. We're all in ONPASSIVE, and ONPASSIVE is not a business where you have to, where it's a must that you have to go tell people about it. And yet people still told others about it. People still invited people in. Even people went to folks that they knew would laugh at them, and they still did it anyways, because they really believed that, you know what? No, I actually found it. I found it, right? And so because I believe that I found it meaning the solution, the answer, right, to so many prayers, right? The answer to so many people's hopes, right? The answer that's going to help people, be better off financially, okay? And so you went about sharing it. And here we are, where some of those same individuals that you shared with are looking at you like, man, I can't believe I was fooled by you. I can't believe I decided to get involved in this thing, and nothing is happening, and oh my gosh, I was so stupid, and all kinds of stuff people start to think, right? It's real talk, folks. There are folks out there thinking that, and there's folks who've shared that with others and what have you, right? Families in disarray because, you made me put $97 into this business. It's like, really? You know what I mean? We all have to understand that in order to be successful in life, it takes a lot. Okay, it really does, right? People are looking for quick fixes. They're looking for the fastest way to get to A, B, right? They want the now. I want the immediate money. You know what I mean? And we've all been there. And how have those opportunities, how have those things helped us? Did it actually put us further ahead, or did it pull us further behind? You know what I mean? Think of the people who've lost money in so many different things, right? A lot of times, what were those things? You know what I mean? Right? Were they based on sound business principle? A lot of times it wasn't. You just, it's only $100. Let me throw it in there, see what happens. It's like somebody going to play the lottery. $20. Yeah, okay, I'll buy a ticket or a couple tickets or whatever for $20. See what happens. Maybe I win. If I don't, no big deal. It's only $20. You know what I mean? A lot of people have that mindset. But the reality, though, folks, the reality is that in order to be successful in a business, right, is that it does take time. It does take being able to put the right pieces together, right? If you have people around you and you believed in these people and you trust these people, and sometimes they lead you astray, sometimes they bring you down the wrong path, sometimes you put so much trust in them, and from the very beginning their intent was just to deceive you, to begin with, right? We've seen it all throughout society, folks. It's not anything new I'm sharing with you. It's there. We've seen people who are multi-billionaires and they got defrauded. You understand me? They got scammed, right? And they're worth billions of dollars, right? Okay, in case you're not aware of this, okay, just take it from me. It's true, okay? This happened to billionaires. Even billionaires have lost money, you know, because of others and all that stuff. So don't think because, well, I lost money. Don't think that it's because you were stupid. Don't think it's because you didn't have no sense. It's nothing to do with that, folks. You know what I mean? You have some folks that's their main objective in life is just to deceive people. It's just to steal from people, to rob from people. You understand me? Take what's not theirs. You have some folks that's just their thing. You know, well, let me put together this scheme, and this scheme is going to pull as much money from people as possible. And who cares what happens in the end? You just have some folks that's just how they're wired, right? But you also have some people that actually care about other people. You have some people who actually want to see others besides themselves succeed in life, right? And that's where our focus lie, right? That's what ONPASSIVE is about. That's what our CEO, Ash Mufareh, is about, okay? He's about putting something together that the world can benefit from, that everyone can benefit from. For all those people who have been downtrodden, for all those people who've, you know, been in the pit, all those people who have lost, all those people who have failed, how can we right the ship? How can we make it so that these individuals can succeed? Is it possible to do that? Right? Is that possible? Are we just going down a road that has no light at the end of that tunnel? Right? Is that the case? Or are we actually on the right path to succeed in life financially? Are we actually on the right path that's going to help us be able to uplift humanity like we've been saying over these past years? You have to ask yourself that question. You have to be real with yourself. Do you actually believe that any of this make any sense? Do you actually believe that it's possible to be able to automate a business so that sales can be made on your behalf without you having to be tech savvy, without you having to know how to create a website, without you having to know how to drive traffic, without you having to be a marketer, you having to be a salesperson? Are we on that right? You have to ask yourself this, right? Because you have to be real with yourself, folks. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think that you have a whole bunch of people, they're all blind, they all can't see, and they're just going down doom and destruction, failure. That's all this is about. Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. You understand? Folks, we are involved in a business whereby all of us, every single one of us will succeed. Okay? Every single one. And as I said before, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. This is why I don't care what people think, right? Because it doesn't matter if they think good, if they think bad, if it doesn't matter. That doesn't determine their success, right? This is what I love about this business is that every single person that I personally reached out to, right? They're fine. They're going to be okay. I'm concerned, you know, that here we are and it's September 15th and okay, we can't get into the OES and all. Come on. I'm concerned about that. Okay. If we got into the OES tomorrow, is that going to put money in your pocket? Right? So then why should I be concerned whether I'm in the OES or not? You know what I mean? Right? The OES is back. So okay, we're good. Oh, we can breathe now. You know, we're still okay. We're still gonna. I don't need to see that to have that reaction. You understand, folks? Right? Just know that all that has been said to every single one of us is still on the table. Still on the table. Right? Think about your job. How many years have you been going at your job? 10 years? 20? 30? 40 years? 50 years? Right? How many years have you been going at your job? And what has your job really done for you? It's giving you a paycheck. Right? It's giving you a paycheck. And that paycheck, right? Has that paycheck was it able to make you totally free? So meaning that you have financial freedom where money is no longer an issue, right? And you have time freedom whereby you can get up and go, do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it all. Like, are you in that position right now because of your job? Is your boss trying to improve your life? Is your boss trying to get you to the point where you have total freedom, where you don't need that job anymore? Is your boss trying to do that for you? Is your boss trying to help you to retire wealthy? Is that what your boss is about? Right? No, absolutely not. Your boss is about, how can I get these people to come in here day after day after day after day after day, so that me, Mr. Boss, I'm able to accomplish my dreams, right? And my total freedom. Because guess what? As the boss, I don't have to show up at work. I can be out there on the golf course enjoying myself. I can go jump off to Hawaii and go have a nice vacation, right? Because I have all these employees and they're busy working for me, Mr. Boss. They're not working for themselves. They're not working for their family. And when they, step out of line, let's fire them and replace them with somebody else, right? And you're there, oh, please don't fire me, Mr. Boss. Please don't fire me. I'll do better, right? Nonsense. The bottom line, folks, is that, yes, we have to pay our bills. So I'm not saying, go quit your job or, rub your boss the wrong way. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you also have to have something that is working on your future. And that's what ONPASSIVE is, right? ONPASSIVE is there to work on your future, to put you in a better position so that you have options, so that you have choices, right? Now, not everybody's going to run off and quit their jobs as soon as, oh my gosh, look at, I'm getting all these rewards from ONPASSIVE, so let me go quit my job. No, that's not everybody. Some people actually love their jobs. Some people don't. They made good decisions and they chose the right career. You understand? And they love what they do. Some people have jobs whereby they're actually helping people. And they enjoy doing that. Right? Think of some of the people who put themselves in harm's way, right? Based upon their jobs. And they still do it. You know what I mean? They still do it. ONPASSIVE is there to help you secure your financial future. ONPASSIVE is there to put you in a position whereby you can help yourself and your family and help others, because that's how we can get rid of so many of the ills in society, right? How many people still don't have clean water in today's society? Think about that, folks. You could be part of that solution, right? Just yesterday, we were watching this video, and these folks, I think it was in Guinea, whereby they're on this massive raft, and that's how they have to kind of get across the water, and the amount of times that they were stuck, right? Or was it the Congo? I don't remember which one it was, but wherever the place was, these people were trying to get across, and it literally took them a month on the river to get across because of, they have a raft. And when I say a raft, I mean tree logs, okay? Whole bunch of tree logs locked up together, and they're carrying, people on it, transporting a lot of stuff to get to where they're trying to get to sell their wares and what have you. And they're on this thing for a whole month. Like, that's crazy. In this day and age, you tell me that people can't go and offer these people a better solution? Huh? You think we don't have the technology to be able to build a bridge across? So it's much easier to get there, or to be able to supply these people with a better, equipment, right? Whether it be a boat or whatever the case may be. We're seeing these people driving on these roads, and the roads is just mud. And I remember this one particular truck, right? The truck got stuck. It took them 6 hours to be able to dig the truck out in order to continue on their journey. You understand? Taking them hours just to go 100 kilometers. I'm like, what? It takes me like 45 minutes to go 100 to get to a 100-kilometer destination. You know, I'm just saying, these are the types of things that's going on right now in 2024 in our society. And you tell me that we don't have the resources to make things easier for people? And when I hear these people say, oh, they get 10 euros a day, that's how much they make. I'm like, 10 euros? My kids, they make more than that. Like, seriously? Think about, and these are grown, these are not children. These are grown adults saying they make 10 euros for the day. Right? You understand, folks? I'm just saying that when we think about it all, ONPASSIVE is a lot more than just money. It's going to empower people to do good to so many people around the world. That's what this thing is about. So, of course, I'm going to stay committed to that. I'm not just here to enrich myself. Not when so many people are in need. And I can go on and on and on with all the examples, folks. It's crazy out there, right? You may live like, okay, in Canada. I don't think we got any issues in Canada, to be honest with you. Some people say, but I don't think we do. Not compared to so many places around the world, right? If I'm going to walk up my door at 2 o'clock in the morning, ain't nobody going to bother me. I'm not hearing no gunshots or nothing like that in my neighborhood. Right? I don't have to worry about my children. My gosh, they haven't reached home yet. You know, what's going on? I don't have those concerns. But so many people are concerned when their child leave out in the morning just to go to school and come back home. They don't know if the child's going to make it back home. Now, why should people be faced with that type of living? Shouldn't. So these things should bother you. It really should. And if you're not exposed to these things, thank God for the internet. Just go to YouTube and type in certain things and stuff pops up. And you're able to see all of this, right? To see how other people are living. It's crazy, folks. Crazy. When you think of your situation, when you think of the amount of food that we waste, right? I always tell my wife, we eat too much. Not necessarily us, but just as a people, we eat too much. We do. Oh, you gotta have breakfast, then you have a snack, then you have lunch, then you have a snack, then you got dinner, then you have a snack, right? You know what I mean? It's a lot of food. What do you need so much food for? Like, what are you eating for? You're trying to save up inside your stomach. You know what I mean? We waste so much. Again, keep in mind, we're talking about compared to what other people around the world have to go through, right? You understand? I saw this man and he's driving his motorcycle and he has all this, forget what the oil was, some type of oil he had anyways in the container on the motorcycle, and he has to go up this hill. And so he has to take off some of his load, put it down. He had 2 containers he had to take off, put it down, and then drove up with the other containers that he has on his bike, right? Bicycle, motorcycle, right? Goes to the top of the hill. Then he has to go back down to go pick up the other 2 because the motorcycle can't go up the hill with all that weight. And see this man, and it was, I believe it was 80 kilograms. So 40 kilograms each. Okay? And he's one hand, and he's walking. So obviously he can't make it all the way up. He has to stop and rest and then go again. And so this is how he has to transport this back to where folks, it is crazy. And this is not some fake thing. This is real life. This is people's real experience that they have to go through. So while you and I are maybe in our comfortable home and have our comfy job and all this other fancy stuff, there are millions upon millions upon millions of people. Okay? In fact, billions with a B that have to go through a similar situation that I'm talking about. Why should it be that way when you got some guy that's worth $200 billion? Are you kidding me? How many people we know that are worth 100 million, 200 million, 300, 400, 500 million dollars when you have people out there that don't have clean water? Huh? Where kids can't even get to school. Where here at age 7, they stop going to school because the family need them to start to work to help support the family. I'm like, what? When I see a guy that lives on the top of a mountain and he has to climb down to get down into the valley, like I'm like, and to see how he's coming down on this makeshift ladder, right? Like this is real stuff. This is real life. And this is how these people live on a day-to-day basis, right? I'm saying all of this to say that the world is in need and there's a lot that you and I can do. But first and foremost, we have to be in a position to be able to do, be able to help, to be able to contribute, right? That's what ONPASSIVE is there for, folks. So it's bigger than you and me. When we talk about uplifting humanity, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to contribute, be able to help causes, making sure the money is going into the right hands. Because sometimes those governments of those countries, they have the money and they pay people to do the work, and the work just does not get done. They just take the money, put it in their pocket. I ain't doing the work because nobody's checking to see if the work was done. You understand? And then, of course, we know you have governments who have the money. They're not even doing nothing with them. They just keep it to themselves. It's a corrupt world out there. That's what you hear our CEO talks about, the correction, right, of the corruption. Because if all of us have built ourselves up, if all of us, right, have improved our mindset, the way we think, the way we see the world around us, whereby we now decide, you know what? I'm going to make it my duty that when I'm in a position, I am going to help this one and that one and that one and that cause and so on and so forth. I'm going to make sure I do that. It's my duty. It's my obligation. So if this company called ONPASSIVE helps me, then therefore, this is what I'm going to be doing. Because it's so much easier when you have a whole bunch of hands working together than one or two individuals. So much easier, folks. And that's what we've been able to garner from this business over the years, right? Building up the right mindset, getting people to be in the right frame of mind, whereby it's not just about you anymore, right? Whereby we can see that, yes, we can help. Huh? People sleeping on the road? Are you kidding me? On the road, right? You see people working in fields that's infested with snakes. I'm talking about poisonous snakes. I'm not just talking about, little gardener snake. Poisonous snakes. And they're like, man, hope we can get through today without any of us getting bitten. I'm like, what? And that's how they live. And they have no choice. They have no choice. Okay, can we not make it a better place for them? Can we not give them a better working environment? Folks, we're not talking about just give people money in their hands and okay, we're talking about creating opportunities for them. Right? Okay, I decided to set up this company and the company is able to hire 100 people. Okay, am I not now stimulating the economy? Am I not now putting money in these 100 people's hands without physically, here's a donation, here's a donation? No, they're working for it. People don't want to work. But give them it in a good environment, right? A safe environment, putting their life at risk. Because it doesn't have to be. We have the technology, folks. You understand? Right? This whole thing with artificial intelligence. There's a lot of good that will come out of that. Some folks want to focus on the bad. Some folks want to use it for bad. It's not our focus. We don't care about all of that. We're focused on doing good, using the technology to uplift people's lives. There is so much that can be done, but it takes people willing to do it because there's people who have money and the resources. They just choose not to. It's not my problem. You know what I mean? Hey, my family's good. You understand? And that's all they care about. But what about your neighbor? What about your neighbor? Why not? So we can be that difference. We can be that difference maker. We can be a change for the better. We as ONPASSIVians, that's what we can do, folks. Right? That's why we're still locked in and engaged with this company, because that's our belief. We're not going anywhere. Nowhere. Because this is the only company that stepped up and said, hey, this is what we can do together. Right? It's the only company. No other company said they're going to do that. Companies talk, oh yeah, we're going to go over into this place and we're going to, climate change and fix this and all this other fancy stuff. And all they're doing, they're going and they exploit people. Right? Okay, let's see what that country has. What resources they have. Okay, how can we get it? It wouldn't be so bad if they go in and they're getting the resource, but they're compensating the people fairly. They don't even do that. Right? 10 euros a day? What is that? I won't even work for 10 euros an hour. What are you talking about? 10 a day? Well, think about that, folks. That's ridiculous. But that's the life that people have to live. We can make a difference. And that's what I want us to walk away with today when we talk about faith and we talk about belief. Okay? Do we have the faith in ONPASSIVE, in our CEO? My faith is always first and foremost with God. Don't get me wrong. Okay? That's where first and foremost. Right? But God put people in your lives, though. You understand? No man or woman is an island, right? So you need people. And so that's how God works. He put people in your life to help you. Understand? To help you accomplish your dreams. To help you help others. Because maybe you don't have the know-how, but somebody else does. So that person comes into your life now, you can piggyback on their know-how. That's how that works, folks. You understand? So that's what ONPASSIVE is all about. And I know some of us are tired. I know some of us are in need. I know some of us are struggling. It is what it is. That's our reality. But we have hope. We have hope. Right? It's not the end of the road. Right? We're not down and out. There is hope. There is still life. Right? So just continue to hold on, knowing that the solution is there. It's just a matter of it all coming together as it should. And it will. It will. And we're not talking about 5 more years from now, folks. Okay? It's not 4 more years. I know the US election is coming up. Okay? It's not about 4 more years. Okay? Because that US election is not going to do nothing for you and your family. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Whether you vote or don't vote, it's not going to do nothing for you. Whether you vote for Democrats or it's not going to do nothing for you. It doesn't matter who you vote. It's not going to do nothing for you. It's not going to help your family. And if you don't believe me, what did the last president do for you and your family? And the president before that, what did they do for you and your family? And the one before that, and the one before that. What did they do for you and your family? Nothing. People need to stop getting built up with all this hype craziness. Right? Let's focus on the good that we can do. Let's focus on helping each other. Let's focus on being there for each other. Let's focus on continue to believe in that, yes, it is possible. And yes, this company is going to get me to my desired destination before I die. Okay, that's important. Okay, that's important. You know what I mean? Right? They say good things come to those who wait, but there's that but, right? Okay, you don't want to wait too late now. Don't get me wrong now, right? Right? The bottom line is, folks, everything that can be done is being done. You know what I mean? To get us back on track, to get us where we ought to be, And I believe that when everyone hears the story as to how we end up here, they'll understand. People will see and people will get it. So, okay, that explains everything. You know what I mean? Let's just continue to trust the process. Lock arms with our CEO, knowing that all his intentions are good, He has nothing but goodwill towards all of us, okay? And he wants to see all of us succeed so that we can be part of that change for the better around the globe. Dr. P, that's all I got.
Wow. That was more than I expected. Wow. Brother Michael, you touched a lot of nerve for me. A lot of nerve. People don't really understand it because people have not experienced it or they have not lived it. And people have the nerve and the gut to go to some country and say child abuse. Okay, they'll be calling it child abuse. That family has to eat. And that child has to be a worker. And they'll have the nerve to say child abuse and don't give them anything. Some people have not experienced what it means to go and fetch water. Carry the water on your head. Some people have not experienced what it means to bathe with water in a bucket and try to throw it on your body. Maybe very cold water and you're dashing. If anybody here, put your hand up, right? I've done that. you're trying to dodge, and because your back is very sensitive, the first touch what they have to touch. Some people don't understand that. Some people don't understand what it means to get up a kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade child. Get up in the morning, you have to do like chores. Chores means fetch water for the house. So at least your mother can cook food before you get back. You do that before you go to school. People don't understand it. Me, that's what I'm hanging up on passive, hoping I can change a lot of community like that. You talk about $10, a euro a day, but Michael, that's high-end people. Okay, that's people on the high end. So that is 300 euros about in Cameroon, CFA, maybe 150,000. Oh, that's great, top great earners. Okay, my father raised a lot of dollars on less than that. I went to Nigeria and somebody's like, I should give them something. I had the only cash I had on me was 500 naira. Nigerians, you know that's not up to 50 cents. And the man is like, give me that. Let me go and buy food for my 7 children. Less than 50 cents. So why I am here every day, I don't want to get to a point that ONPASSIVE come and I'm lost and I don't know what to do because I have seen that. Because I've lived some of it. I mean, a community like that as well. And I've traveled. And they are happy. They are earning $5 a day and they're happy. You see little kids carrying things in their head to go and sell. They call it walking the streets to feed their family. And as you said, they'll go there and there's a child abuse. They'll get there, exploit them. They'll be carrying that minerals. We know what happened in the Congos. We don't want to go to history here. But the one thing I'm happy, Brother Michael, is that ONPASSIVE has not delayed. Okay? People might think is a lot of us, if we jump into ONPASSIVE and it just happened, we will not have that mindset, a lot of us, to uplift the humanity. So for me, it is not delayed. It's just got time to prepare us to be ready when the overflow come or the abundance come. We should know what to do. Because a lot of people want to hand out. Give that $10 so you come and beg and they feel like the boss or the hero or the king or the emperor that they are. Instead of thinking that if I uplift my sister or uplift my brother, I should not be worried around them. We can all go and eat and nobody, as you said the last time, Brother Michael, who is going to pick up the tab because anybody can pick it up. That mindset is what we should take today. Thank you, Brother Michael. You touched some nerve. And if you have not lived it or you have not experienced it or you've not seen it, you will not understand what they just said here today. Trust me. And people are doing that happily. And we're here with abundance, as you said, eating breakfast. Every time you come here and talk about food, I'm laughing. Because it's like, are you talking to me? Eating lunch, eating 3 snacks at a time. We're packing our kids' school bag here. We're putting 5 snacks in it to go to school. And we think we don't have when we're living in abundance right now. Yes, I've worked for 20 years in my company. Can I retire? No. More than 25 years. Am I even going to call myself a Tanzanian? No. Do I have anything to show for? Not really. Maybe the investment that I've done on human life is what I can show for. Let's invest in humans. That's an important thing to invest in. I was watching a program yesterday and I was cringing because people have 10 cars. How many houses, how many cars can you drive at a time and how many houses can you live at a time? I mean, this is not investment property. These are their property, personal property. When I want to go to this place, I have these holiday homes, huh? Yeah, and 2 private jets. Sorry, Brother Mike, as I said, you touched the knife. Thanks a lot. You have said it all. I see Sister Lily Lane put up her video. I don't know whether she had anything to say. Okay. But thank you. You touched a nerve today. All of us, 57 that still left on this platform, we don't take something out from what Brother Michael just summarized today. That I don't know. I really don't know whether what we need, whether we know what it meant by the company saying that uplifting humanity. That's the key, though. Uplifting humanity. Thank you, and we're all in it to win it.
Absolutely.
We all have our mics. We can say we're all in it to win it, and I can't wait again, Brother Michael, to get a dose of that excitement. Ladies, great questions. Moderators, great job. All the presenters today, wonderful mindset. We are loaded. This is what it means. Because if you don't have the right mindset, money cannot fix it. You have to fix yourself. Money cannot fix you. You have to fix yourself. Deep in your inner self and see what needs to be put in place before the abundance comes. So for those watching up on YouTube, thank you. Thank you for your engagement. And if Brother Michael have said it, there's a lot of webinars during the week. We have Dr. Benny here is working on Tuesday, giving us a free education on cybersecurity. You were talking about people being scammed. I thought I was a queen that nobody can scam me. Trust me. I'm not going to go into the details. I was scammed by a cryptocurrency. Everybody knows that I don't like crypto because I was scammed, right? So everybody is not your level of education. Just be mindful. Join Queen Dr. Benny here on Tuesday Deep Dive, Global Changing Life at 8 p.m. She's talking a whole series of cybersecurity, how to keep yourself safe in the 2024s. And Thursday they're doing the health. So Michael Williams said it already. So what? Health is wealth. So please join that. Wednesday, Pierre Empower Humanity, again giving us knowledge. Now it's finance. How do you grow your finance? The different vehicles that you can use to grow your finance. So join her on Wednesday for that. And then we have Queen Evonia is working with One Global Movement on 5 days a week, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Join them. I know they're trying to push on what can we do to uplift humanity. So there's a lot of webinar. You can join us back on Sunday, 12:45 Eastern Daylight Time. Next week, we have Brother Jeffrey coming. And our brother Michael is going to come again in October. We're still working on the date. Queen Debbie is working on that. We're also in it to win it. In it to win it. To win it. And Dr. Derek, you can close the YouTube. Thank you.
We're so in it to win it.
Yes, we are.
Win it.
Yeah.
Win it.
Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.
In it to win it.
So, Michael?
Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Smile.